Tyler, here we are. You've done something.
What could I have done?
I don't know. What could you have done? You've bought something.
What did I buy?
Well, everyone can see now what you've bought.
I can't see it.
Yeah, just behind you there.
Oh, that's why I can't see it.
He's bought a boat.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You've been trying to, go out on the broad water.
you live on the Gold Coast, you need a boat.
Yeah, I just want to go skiing with my friends.
It's a good time for a boat.
Well, why don't we just have a quick drive and see how it goes, and then we'll come back and talk to the people about it.
All right, let's do it. Why have you bought a Skyline?
Well, we wanted a Skyline for a fair while. It's sort of in that poster car from being a kid, and Fast and Furious sort of is pretty well to blame for that.
Yep.
You know, the 34 is a very exciting car, but they're getting up there in the price range, and the 33, I still really like the shape and the look, and especially with this look, I like the kit that's on it. So, so I thought, and it's right in my price range, so I thought, why not? Originally, we went to go and look at one that had a fair bit of fruit on it.
Yep.
Similar to Zane's from one of our previous videos. Got the RB2530, had all that. We went to go and look at that, and they actually sold it the night before I was going to go and look at it.
That was a bummer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was right when we went to go on live too, on one of our
20,
lives.
20 minutes before we went to go live.
Yeah.
I kept looking and waiting, and then this one popped up, and it was in Melbourne, which is a fair way from Gold Coast.
Yep.
And I thought, oh, I'll just send him a message and get some pictures and send them off to my friends who have a bit more mechanical knowledge than I do, and ask them what do they think. He sent me pictures and videos and compression testing. He sent me photos of all the underside of the car. You know, everything you could need to buy a car sight unseen and jump on it. You could do that then with all the photos that he'd sent me, but for myself, I really wanted to go down there and see it before buying it, because it was my first purchase of anything with this amount of money.
So yeah, all right. What happened? The trip?
I went to Gold Coast Airport. There's coronavirus at the moment, so I had people in Discord telling me they were reporting me for coughing and that I had drugs on me and things like this. Yeah, the flight was fine. It wasn't too bad. Flew down, got to Melbourne, had to fly around orbiting Melbourne Airport for about half an hour because I couldn't land because there was a storm. Landed, jumped off, went and walked about what felt like years through the Melbourne Airport.
Big airport, Melbourne Airport.
Yeah. I walked
It was your first trip away like that too, wasn't it?
Yeah. And by myself.
Yeah.
Walking through Melbourne Airport, it felt like years trying to get into the door to leave. And then went and found my friends who were picking me up, which is Shay and Will.
Yeah.
They moved down to Melbourne. They helped me get around while I was down there and gave me a place to stay. So
I made it a bit easier.
Yeah. Very grateful to them for that. And met him at his work, where I took one video of the car. He told me to take more, and I took one.
Yeah.
One 5-second video.
There with a phone gimbal, GoPro, and I'm like, let's film the whole thing, like you checking out the car, getting it, and everything. And you saw the airport footage. That's like what you got.
Yeah.
And a 5-second clip of the car.
Yeah.
Good job. You've gone and had a look at it.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Yeah, really good. He was really nice, very helpful, showed me the spares he had, talked to me about the car, showed me little things little bits of damage and whatnot, just like cosmetic damage. There's nothing, the body's straight.
Yep.
Which is what I wanted. I didn't care so much about the cosmetic side of things, as long as it's fairly clean, which it is.
No rust.
And no rust was the other thing. So opened up the boot as well, because they're pretty well known for leaking through the seals in the boot. There was no rust in there.
How was the weather while you were there?
Oh, it was bucketing down. The roads were flooding. We went for a drive, and we were actually driving it in the middle of the street, because you couldn't drive on either side because of the way the streets were banked in the industrial estate where he works, and it was just full of water. Yeah, I went for a drive, and then after that I just went, yep, I want to buy it. And I did. Transported it through Seaver Transport.
Yep.
Which actually went really well. Yeah, I know a lot of people. I've read a lot. I did so much research into it, and I probably worried myself more about it by doing a lot of research after the fact as well. I did even more after I booked it. And went, oh no, there's all these people. This guy's got his GTR. He got it back with 300 k's more on it than he put it on. And oh geez. But I had no troubles. Got the car.
It was fine.
No damage.
It was really easy.
Yeah. Drove it in the rain. Bought it in the rain. Picked it up in the rain. Brought it home in the rain.
Yep. It's a boat.
Yeah.
It's definitely a boat.
Yeah.
It loves water. So, how was that first drive?
Oh, amazing. Just the turbo flutter, everything about it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. Big smile on my face every time I drive it. So I guess it's how you know you bought the right car.
Let's just talk a little bit about the car and the mods and what's going on there.
Bring up the mod list. We'll start. It's a 1996 Nissan Skyline Series 2 GDST Coupe R33.
Yep.
Well, let's start suspension and exterior mods.
Yep.
So we've got hard race caster arms, Cusco camber arms, hard race rear camber arms, Shockworks coilovers. We've got a two-way Nismo diff in there. Strut braces front and rear. It's a K-Mac Aero BL style front lip, which is the part that sits over the front bumper.
Yep.
It's got a Vanquish roof spoiler, ducktail boot spoiler, Ganador aero mirrors. It's got sedan fog lights down the front here as well.
Now, a lot of people like these mirrors, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're quite popular. So.
And they're power mirrors as well, you know.
Yeah. Now, you got the stock ones as well, though.
Yeah, I have the stock ones sitting at home.
You're not sure whether you want to keep these or go back to stock?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet.
Okay. All right. Sorry, keep going.
Nismo clear side indicators. That's pretty much it for the exterior.
Interior, anything special in there?
Oh, we got the GK Tech handbrake and button.
Yep.
Vertex leather handbrake and shifter surround. JVC head unit, pretty standard head unit is.
Yeah.
It's just got the factory flare around it as well. Got a Greddy boost controller in there. Blitz boost gauge. Yeah, we've got a half cage with the harness bar.
Yep.
Which I'm still debating on whether I want to keep it or not. I don't know.
May bring that out and put the back seat back in.
Yeah. I have the back seats there as well to go in if I choose to do that.
Yep.
Then we can talk about the engine now, because that's pretty much it.
All right, because it's not standard, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Under the bonnet either, is it? It's had a little bit of work done.
There's not a lot done. It's just a few little minor upgrades to give it a little bit more sauce. I would say. Gave it a little tickle up.
All right.
From stock. Well, there's a Haltech in there. Platinum Pro, it's an old one. Yep. Then got an R34 high flow turbo, a genuine Nismo fuel pump, 555cc injectors, an aluminum intake and pod, Blitz return flow cooler, an alloy radiator, 3-inch exhaust all the way through, and a JJR downpipe, Turbo Smart compact blow-off valve, which is blocked to get that turbo flutter. Yep. And a Cusco brake master stopper.
Okay. So there's a bit of stuff going on under there. Now, it also, with some supposed power numbers, we haven't run it yet, but...
Yeah, it says running 275 kilowatts at 18 psi.
Okay.
There's plenty of power there for me.
Yep.
For what I wanted.
Now...
Makes all the right noises.
Now you bought it without the wheels
yeah.
and stuff that he had, but that'll be your next upgrade, right? Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's my first purchase.
So we'll have to wait and see what you put on there.
Yeah. Yeah, there'll be a video soon, in a month or something. I don't know, probably by the time they get out of quarantine.
Yeah, so there's a story there too, right? Because that's what's happened. So you've got your wheels on order, but the containers have been held up in port.
Yeah. Yeah, they're being quarantined at the moment.
Because of, we've got some coronavirus.
COVID-19, yeah.
Yeah, so everything's a little bit slower on the imports at the moment.
Yeah.
But you wait for those and hopefully not too much longer.
Yeah.
And we'll see what they are.
So hopefully about the start of next month I should be putting them on there.
Yeah. And then you think we'll see some videos other than wheels, you know, R33 stuff?
Definitely.
Yeah, on the channel?
Yeah, well, I want to do a few things. I have some plans. I have actually the whole thing sort of planned out in my head. I haven't written it down. Yep. But I know sort of where I want to go with it.
Yeah, okay.
I definitely want to jump it on flex fuel and get some E85 going through it. That'll probably be the first upgrade that I'll do after the wheels and that for a while, and then I'll sort of leave it at that.
You've got to wait for finances as as well, right? So, but then you know what's on the want list at this point, or the wish list?
Oh, I'd love to fully build it. That'd be very cool. Because once I sort of go past where it is now and put it on E85, you're sort of just waiting until you blow it up. Yep. Pretty much. Or like a bigger turbo or something, and then, you know, I think when I start to do those upgrades and put on like a 6-boost manifold, the GDX 3582, are, and like a forward-facing plenum or whatever to pretty it all up a bit in there as well. I'd probably look at forging the motor and that way then you can sort of take advantage of that bigger turbo and that sort of stuff rather than sleeping on it.
I'd probably recommend that we've talked about it, there's some stuff to do with the oiling as well.
Yeah.
So
I need to do a rear drain down into the sump.
probably some restrictors, I think is the way to go as well. Some restrictors into the head.
Yeah. When we build it, we can do all those sorts of things and pull it apart.
Yeah.
So you might as well do it all while you got it apart, so it's a lot easier to do then. And
you got to work out whether, if you get to that point, whether you do that with this motor, pull it out and do it, or you just build another motor.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, is whether just build another motor to drop in and then...
And then there's nothing wrong with this motor, so you can just pull this one out and sell it, or keep it for a spare, build another, whatever. So I guess it just depends which way you want to go.
Yeah, of course.
All right. What else have we got? Anything else about the car? You always wanted an Evo.
Yeah, they're very expensive though.
Yeah.
Like looking at like $27,000-$28,000, and it's just not realistic.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. So this was a bit easier to get into without blowing everything.
Yeah.
Blowing the entire bank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's still a very cool car.
Yeah. There's a lot that can be done to this. It's just time and money now, right?
Yeah.
So.
And it's rear-wheel drive, so I can learn a little bit more about how to drive that sort of stuff before picking up the habits of driving an all-wheel drive car. Mm-hmm. Because I've been warned by a lot of people about if you jump into an all-wheel drive and then you go to a rear-wheel drive car, you can have a lot of bad habits that you get saved a fair bit in an all-wheel drive. So.
Yeah, and you've been driving front-wheel drive
for 7 years nearly.
7 years, yeah. So now it's a rear-wheel drive ar. So look, it'll be interesting to see where you take it. Yeah. I'm sure plenty of people will want to see what mods happen, and we'll bring those to you as something different, a little bit different content on the channel as well, and hopefully you enjoy that. Yeah.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, coming down like precipitation. I ain't never met a limitation. Hater plotting my elimination. Gotta go to Google for the information. I'm a superstar, so I gotta shine. Top dollar be the bottom line. Bottom feeding niggas out of line. Turn your heart rate to a dotted line. Yeah, my zodiac probably dollar sign. Got the energy to win it, my nigga, I'm feeling great. Got a date with destiny, focusing on my fate. I don't give a fuck what you rapping, you been a fake. I'm everything that they ain't, it can't be, it won't be. Wanna see me fall, I can't go, I won't leave. Coming from the block with plain clothes and police. Straight up to the top with bankrolls and rollies. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Ayy, 12 can't really stop shit, so I'm still pushing like a mosh pit. Ice dripping, think I'm hot shit. In a yellow bucket with the mop stick. I've been jugging jams like wholesale. Everything must go sell. Hitting bitches with the oh well. Need 100 million on the low scale. On my worst night, I'm the best nigga. Wouldn't mess with you, couldn't cap to him. Homie spotted me like 700, brought 1100 right back to him. If I can't do it, then it ain't real. I just make dollars, I don't make deals. I've been going hard in the paint, still blowing kush clouds till I can't feel like. Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? got 5 on it.
Drop some comments. What do you think what should be on that mod list? And then maybe what are those first mods that he should do, keeping in mind budget.
Yeah.
Of course, unless anyone's got parts there they want to send us or help us out with.
If anyone wants to sponsor the build,
Go for it.
I'm not opposed.
Go for it. Well, let's see what we can do. It's good to see some more R33 content. You've been watching a bit of other stuff on there as well, haven't you?
Yeah, of course. You got Clutch Kick Junkies, Zach Bowley's got a R33 as well.
Yep.
There's
Hopefully
a
go
fair
for a
few out
cruise
there.
with him or something soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
work something out.
We're both white.
Mm-hmm.
It'll look cool. 2 of you cruising around.
Yeah.
Sure. Actually, I think Clutch Kick Junkies is white as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. He's a bit further away though.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah. So, but there's some good channels, a lot of good content out there on these. So, yeah, hopefully we can do it some justice then, eh?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, if you like this content, then hit like, hit subscribe. If you want to see more R33 content, you're going to see more here. Also, we've got other builds coming. This is not it. So there's another build. We've got another car. I wonder what that is. Maybe we'll have to wait and see what that one is in coming weeks. But we have bought something else. This is not all we've bought.
Yeah.
So there's another project, another build coming, something completely different.
Yeah.
And it'll be, what did you say? Bit of integrity in that build? Yeah. So
It's white as well.
it's white as well, it is. So if you want to see what that is, you want to see more of this, you want to see the car show action, everything else we bring, then make sure you hit subscribe. It really helps us out. And check out our website. Jump over there, have a look. We've got all sorts of car products and stuff on there, more videos, a bit of everything. All the events, you want to see what's on, what car shows are on.
If you're a viewer, you can get your ride on the website as well. So.
Yeah. Drop us a couple of pictures of your car and we'll ask us to put them on the gallery page for you. We'll throw them on there.
Yep, certainly will.
So, all right. Thanks, guys.
See you in the next one.
Stay in that right lane.
What's up, Overtakers? Here we are back again. Another week, another episode, episode 63.
Yes, it is.
And what podcast episode is it?
20... No,
9.
it is 9.
You're looking at me like, what is it? Quick, save me.
No, I actually knew it.
Throw me the
I put it in the
throw me
pictures
the lifesaver from the boat.
from the R33. What have we got this week, mate? What's on? What is happening?
News, car news, and
Some car stories.
more.
Do you know what car stories we got this week?
One's about cars.
Yeah, you got no idea. So this is the show where we react to the car news as we learn about it.
That's exactly right.
So
The only research we do is what thumbnail looks the coolest.
that's about it. We go through it quickly, find some stories. We put them all together about 1 hour before we go, and we set up. We go live, and here we are. And we're going to talk about it and see what's on this week in the news. What's on this week in the car scene? What's on this week on Overtaking Lane? That's about a bit of everything that we're gonna talk about.
And the quiz. Forgot the quiz.
And the what's on with the quiz, week 15 of Mafia Boys World reign of I don't know where I was going with that. I really didn't have a line, but the reign of terror of Mafia Boys World. The brain dead Muppet, as he calls himself, is 15 weeks a winner. So can he be taken down this week? And we've got Scotty S.
Yep. The only other person to ever make it to 8 weeks on the quiz. So.
Yes. So it should be a good quiz tonight. It could be big. Yeah, can he do it? Martha said for week 16 he wants to, if he gets there, if he can get through tonight, he wants to take on two challenges.
People. Yep.
A team.
He wants to go against a team, and whatever any question that they get right is a point to them as the team.
There you go. We'll see. We'll work it out. Let's give some shout outs and say good day to those that are already here in the chat.
James Bayliss, Sally Hage, Gary Sparkplug, Beck, Sparkplug. Marv is in the chat. Keep scrolling through. Got to get down. Lots of chatter up there. Roy Ferntorp, how you going? Dang, good evening. Passed his B double license today. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Congratulations. Well done.
There's a bit more of his career.
Mm-hmm. Lynn's in the chat. Matty Crick, good evening. Crazy VN. Keep scrolling through. Mal, g'day. Scotty Sherrington, Mad Kiwi. Mad Dad, good evening. Adam Geary. And lots of chatter all this morning. Or this morning? Today.
Tonight, mate. It's
today, tonight. JRM, g'day Rob, how we going?
Hey, mate, how are you? It is night time, and I've got a drink. I'm going to have a couple of sodas. I've got tomorrow off. There's the news.
There you go.
I got a day off tomorrow.
Well, you're doing all right then.
Yeah, I planned it out. Well, I asked my boss a few days ago, and when I say planned it, I thought Tuesday maybe I need a day off to get sorted for the weekend. We have got a bit happening this week, and I guess we're jumping ahead. We mightn't mention that yet.
Steve Wild, how you going?
G'day, Steve. Good to see you, mate.
Chap.
Looking good. Yeah, we got lots happening this weekend. It's a big weekend, but a quick shout out to Superformance before we get to there. They're been a big sponsor of ours for just over a year now on the live show. So yeah, shout out to those guys.
Been in the business for over 40 years. They do complete car builds, 9-inch diffs, V8 engines, independent front suspension, fabrication, paint and panel, transmission, and they source parts that are hard to get from the US for you. And
we're our first ever sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. What was that? Something just went off. Did you not?
Oh, that was the spark plug. No, I didn't. I was zoned out. I'm glad you were listening. That was Brad, the spark plugs, the clutch king, spark plugs, clutch king. It will take a day and a half to do half-day job. Clutch dust guaranteed everywhere.
Well done. Yes, he's been. I saw some footage or some shots of him last night, making a mess, replacing the clutch, ready to race the Mirage, mate.
There you go.
Hey?
Is he racing his Mirage
against your Mirage?
Was I supposed to bring it out this weekend?
No.
Shane Kane, g'day.
That's a video for another day, maybe. The Battle of the Mirage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone.
I don't know if we'll see it though.
You just thought you saw it.
Yeah.
But it was really a mirage.
Jungle Bunga Racing, good evening.
G'day, mate. G'day. Nelly leads me into the next slide, but not quite, because we've got one more there that does say live show, number 63 and episode number 9, which you mentioned, Tyler. We are now on Spotify. We have a podcast.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
where is
Anchor.
it? Apple Podcast is the place.
Yeah.
You've been told by podcasters in the know.
If you enjoy the podcast, make sure to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or iTunes is the other place. They're both linking together, so make sure you go and do that.
That helps.
And maybe we can even scour through, and when people do, we can read them out on the show.
Yeah, good call. Maybe we should. I'll go and have a look and give myself one.
There you
go. Can I give myself a
if you want
a good review? What's my phone wanting to talk to me? My Google Assistant. I don't know what I said to bring that on. Mentioned Apple. It got jealous. So overtakinglane.com.au for all the merch, for binder products. There's some more products coming there very soon. And lots of things happening over there on the website with the what's on. I noticed that you can have some trouble with the what's on page. I need someone from IT that would actually look at it. Why are you the IT guy that does this for a living and builds websites and do all that? Yet we've got a website that I built, and that's it. You've just left it at that, and it's like, yeah, that'll do.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what happens, but for some reason, if you don't clear your cache,
clear the cookies out of your case.
Yeah, if it doesn't update.
No.
So you could be looking at events from March, but they are up to date on the
Mhm.
website, but can get stuck in your history.
Yeah.
I don't know how all that stuff works.
G'day,
I'm not
Kaz.
the
How we
IT
going?
guy. Hey, Kaz. Hey, how are you?
And Daniel Ward, good evening. Yeah, no, yeah. How we going?
G'day, mate.
Grant.
G'day.
G'day.
G'day, Grant.
It's warming up again. Get the cars out.
It is. Mine's still in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So video coming soon of some more of the updates to the interior. I can say there's not much in it at the moment.
Mm.
Well, we've done some work on it, and that'll be in the next video. And then Greg was here today from Spectrum,
Mm-hmm.
and he took the roof lining out, so he can cut a new one out for us, put that in. So that'll be coming very soon. And then I'm just waiting for some new carpet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all happening.
Scott Sherrington says, never take your work home. Hey, Tola. I work from home 3 days out of 5. So. G'day, Paulie. How you going? And Daniel Ward says, keen for Warwick on the weekend. That's a good segue
Because
into
it's
Jungabunga's No Prep Cash Days, number 2.
exactly.
That's this weekend on the 5th, and also something else exciting on the 6th as well, which I'll let you talk about a little bit quickly, and then we
That's
can talk
Sunday.
more about. Yeah, on the 6th.
Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah.
Yep.
On the 6th, the Sunday.
Is it Father's Day?
I think so.
Is it? I don't know, you should know these things.
Good question.
Well, I'm racing. I'm going to jump on the track for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Take the ute down. It went down to Cleveland Exhaust last night. Shout out to Scotty and Chris and Jake for hanging around late and throwing it on the dyno after hours for me. So they did hang around and got it in, and it's they're flat out. They are flat out down there, and it's you'll find it a hard time to get in. You know, if you want to get on the dyno down there, book in because there is a list to get on. But they after hours hung around, threw it on the dyno. We'd just fix a couple of little things, couple of power runs, and it looks good on a hub dyno.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Shane Kane's dropped us $23. Thanks, Shane.
thank you, Shane. You're
Legend.
a legend. Thank you, mate. $4.80. At the hubs.
There you go.
So
Gotta be pretty happy with that.
it's a very respectable looking number.
Mm-hmm.
For what it is. It's a big cam, and that's mainly it. So, very, very good number. So now we just got to see whether I can handle it on the track.
Yeah.
It's got the power. It's obviously
You don't want
quick
me to
enough
put
car.
down a lap for you just as a control? And
What is your experience at the track?
I've had a full minute.
Full minute?
Yeah.
Was it? At least it wasn't in one run.
Yeah, I've had a full minute on the track.
It was only
3
consistent.
passes.
3 passes took a.
Yeah.
We're not talking the Mirage here. I don't know. We'll just see. I've got to get down the track.
if I
It'll all
drove
be
it-
about
if,
driving.
If I
now.
drove the Mirage down in reverse, it'd be much the same, right?
Probably. It'll be all about driver though. That's for sure. So definitely about my ability. I would imagine that the first couple of goes may not be super flash, but we can only build on it from there. So 8th mile out of Warwick, so it'll be awesome. But Jungabunga's no prep is the big thing. There's going to be a lot of cars out there for that.
It certainly is with all the 3 classes that are going on. I got is Big Tyre still going ahead? Did they get enough
Yes.
in there for Big Tyre?
Yes.
They did give away an entry too, I believe.
Yes.
And
Were you watching?
no, I saw the announcement though.
Aha.
You got small tyre, you got street tyre, and you got big tyre now as well for the second event.
Going to be big.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be big. We will be bringing you all the action from out there live. I think it's going to be a big day, right? That's a lot of filming.
It is.
So you're up for it?
Probably.
I do have tomorrow off, so if I can get organised and packed and ready to go, I'll head out and try and get out there So I'm out there tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
And are you going to drive out tomorrow night? Have you worked that out yet?
No idea.
No idea. He should do it, right? Just knock off work. Everything's going to be packed for him. All he's got to do is get in the car and drive out there. So
Drive 3 hours after driving an hour home.
or you can get up at 3 a.m. or whatever and drive 3 hours. Hey? You can't even get up for any weekend that we do do an event yet.
Yeah, it's just because I do it to myself, though, with the time that I go to bed.
That is not an excuse. I turn up in your driveway and I'm like, where are you? Oh, I've just get out of bed. I just got to make coffee. I'm like, I've been up, got all the camera gear, packed the car, driven to your place, been gone for over an hour. Yeah, I just got out of bed.
Yeah.
Oh man, the life, hey, the life.
Do it to myself, though.
Yeah.
Go to bed at 1:30, 2 in the morning.
It's no excuse, is it? No excuse. So yeah, the live is going to be on. We'll bring you all the action. I'm really excited for it. The people out there were just exceptional at the last one. Everyone was up for a chat. They didn't mind me rocking over and throwing a camera in their face, and yeah.
Hey, I did a lot of
Put 'em
that.
up.
Brad did a lot of the throwing the camera in the face, and I
Did
was
too.
talking to the
Oh.
people.
Yeah. Oh, I mean on the live.
Oh, yeah.
I was doing it there too, you know. I think it's good. I think it's just a good spot. It's a good atmosphere. It's pretty laid back. We will bring you the day live as it goes. So it is a full day unedited, no breaks. You'll get it when there is a break in the racing. You just gotta stick around and watch it, and you know it's a good time to leave it on the telly, go do something else while you're waiting. Once you hear the cars rolling again, you're back in, you're watching. Make sure you're commenting if you're watching on the weekend. We'll appreciate it. You never know, there could be some giveaways. Depends how we go.
Usually is.
Usually is.
You've got to be in the chat to win it, so.
You know, there's a couple of donos come in tonight. That should cover a couple of giveaways for the weekend. We'll probably, if we're lucky, we might see a few donations for the live feed as well, right? You know, people that are stuck at home appreciate it and throw a few bucks. Maybe there's a tenner in it for you to get up early. Well, not get up early. There's a tenner in it for you to get out there and camp on the Friday. So we're good to go. We are out there ready Saturday morning.
Instead of a tenner, can it be a 6-boost manifold and the GDX?
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. No, it'll be good. It will be good. What else we got to talk about with that? Anything else?
Not really, I don't think so.
You're ready to move on to the next story. You can maybe catch up with some comments there.
Yeah, I was about to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Mad Dad says he put a new motor and gearbox in the BF Ute, just needs a bigger hammer.
That's the go.
Kaz says, got to have the coffee. Exactly.
Oh, yeah, I got no problem with having the coffee. It's just the problem that he doesn't get out of bed to make it until I'm there. Get up, at least got to get out of bed half hour before you go, have a shower, get ready, be ready to go.
Matty Crick says, can't wait for the live at Jungabunga Racing. Brad says, probably going to be harassing a few more people this time.
Definitely. We'll be looking for, I think we're looking for a couple of people to follow for the day for the highlights video as well, right? The couple of stories there. I think that's your job to get onto that. So when that's not the live, that's for later after we do an edited video of it. You can, follow the day for a couple of people maybe. You sort of did with the last one, didn't we? So missed a couple of things, but loosely followed a couple of different races. So we'll try and do that again.
Yep. Adam Geary says live racing was great to watch. It's awesome. It'll be back again this weekend. Kaz says, damn, better get the jobs done early so I can bludge and watch you guys all day. Yes. James Bayless has got nothing better to do during detention.
Yeah, hopefully a lot of Victorians will appreciate it.
Jim Clark, how you going? G'day.
G'day, mate.
Dang says, was going to do some work on me Hilux, but watching the drags all weekend sounds a lot better.
Definitely. Mightn't be as much live on the Sunday. I don't know. don't know how we'll go there for the Sunday because obviously I'll be in the car. Maybe
we
there's a
can't
quick
spoil
live
too
video.
much about the Sunday.
Yeah, that's more of a video for later. Hey,
Mhm.
we got a few there in the bag. We've caught back up a little bit actually.
Yeah.
So we got a bit of editing to do.
Yeah, I got to remember which one's next. I don't.
I have no
actually
idea.
know.
I
don't
can't
know.
even remember what's next.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe people will vote what they want to see. But I don't know how they'll vote because you don't know what it is, let alone what they got to vote on. Definitely. All right. Well, you look like you're ready for a story there, Tyler.
I am.
What sort of story?
What makes you think that?
Well, that you're clicking buttons over there and.
I'm always clicking buttons.
All right. What's the story?
Holden showrooms are becoming museums this weekend as the iconic car brand is farewelled across Tasmania.
Well, I think it's already been happening. If you have not been on, maybe you're not on Facebook, but if you're on Facebook, you've probably seen someone in your news feed has gone down to a Holden dealership and got a photo with their Holden.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're on a, like a HQ page or something like that, you'll have seen it. I see some every day.
Yeah.
Someone
You do, but I don't.
You don't have any Holden friends?
No, I have a couple, but none that have posted photos.
Oh.
Well, I
I
think
said
one
everyone's
posted, one posted photos.
I said everyone's seen someone that's done it.
Well, I have seen someone that's done
Oh,
it.
okay.
I'm just saying, like, you get a lot more than I
I
do.
was right then. Maybe not everyone. Okay, big call. But a lot of people are doing it. But they're definitely doing it in a big way, I think, in Tasmania, is what the actual story about is from ABC.
Mm-hmm.
That's I was sort of leading to you to take over and tell some about the story there.
I was waiting for you to do it.
No, I've got nothing.
Um,
I haven't read
well,
these stories.
The classic cars are back in after 7 decades. Some of them back polished and shining in the new car showrooms.
So they said we've done a full circle.
Yeah,
We haven't done any donuts. We've done a circle.
The Holden Muster is a tribute, a farewell, and a charity fundraiser that is being staged across the 4 Motors Holden dealerships in Tasmania until Saturday. So if you're down there, you got till tomorrow.
Get in and have a look at those.
And maybe Saturday. I don't know whether, but I'm assuming with that they're probably going out midday Saturday or something. So
yeah.
After the announcement in February that Holdens would no longer be made. Yep.
That would no longer be made.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was thinking that happened a while ago, but then that was just Australian made.
Yeah.
So they thought it would be a good idea to fill the last few spaces with some old classics. Am I just going to read the whole story?
Yeah, I don't even know where you're at. I have no idea.
Well, you've just sat there scrolling. I've scrolled slowly.
Oh, you're like on my way past. I have no idea.
Well, Julian Long and Phil Main, 2 of the people in there with their with their classics, a 1974 SLR Tirana and a 1967 HR Premier on the showroom floor, eliciting memories and emotions. Mr. Long had a HR panel van as his first Holden, and it was a thing to deck them out back then. One of the biggest things he remembered about the panel vans is they used to reverse park it at a drive-in theatre. You'd open the doors, sit or lay in the back and watch movies and eat fried chicken or whatever you took along. Mr. Main also recalled his HQ panel van from a long-lost decade, which he said was complete with carpets, curtains and more. You had a panel van.
I did, actually. Yes, I did. I just thought I should have done a photo of it or something. I don't know how quick I can be to get that happening. No, I don't even know where to look for that, actually. But
what panel van did you have? It was a
HZ.
HZ.
Yeah, so it was a hand-me-down.
And well, the HZ was a fairly special one as well, wasn't it? That panel van when you first got it, or when
because it was my first car.
Well, no, when you first got it.
No, not that one.
Not that one.
No,
that wasn't that one.
No. That was a HJ Sandman. That was before my time.
Okay.
So, but that was the first one in Toowoomba.
Yeah.
Our first HJ or the first Sandman in Toowoomba.
There you go.
I think there was a bit of a story on that one in the paper, in the local rag. Who's got, I guess, a Holden memory? And throw that in the comments for us. Might be, you had a
There's a
Holden
comment
car.
in the chat for you.
Oh, is there?
Left by Mel.
Did Tyler's life start in the panel van? No. No, but I did have the panel van when I met Sally. So, yeah. But, well, who's got a memory of a Holden in there? What do you remember of a Holden from your younger days, Tyler? Anything? We had a few.
HG.
You remember the HG?
Yep.
The Prem?
That had the bench seat, right?
Yeah, it had like a bucket bench front. So the front seat's a bench base with the bucket backs and the fold down dicky seat in the middle. Really comfy seats in the front. So, very comfortable car. A lot of room in the back in the HG Premier. It drove quite nice. Was only a 6-cylinder, but it looked quite good. Did look the part.
Scotty S says, I have a panel van, but unfortunately at the moment, if the vans are rocking, it's the F and rats again.
It's not doing too much. So you do remember that as a child, Tyler? You remember the HG, going for a drive in that one?
That's about all I remember Holden was. Other than the current ones.
There was a few others throughout the time, but that was probably one of the picks of them, definitely.
Mal's first car was an FJ with a 186 and Celica gearbox.
Oh,
Shit to drive, but loved it.
Yeah, right. That's pretty cool. I was trying to find the picture of the panel van. I'm really struggling to even find where my photos are.
Adam Geary said decked mine out for my HSC woodwork project.
Really?
Kaz Mrs. Mars, first car was a HQ 253 with a Valiant box.
That's respectable.
James Bayless's dad has a original HQ GDS 253, 4-speed, great car. There you go.
Yep. I'm going to give up on trying to find that picture because I don't even know where to look.
And James Bayless has still got his 4-door Kingy with a 253 5-speed.
There you go. There's a few memories there. And yeah, there'll be a lot of people in Tassie reliving some of those memories as they hang out at the dealership. Not that there's not a few of those going on anyway. Other than that, it was more of a planned thing, bit of an impromptu Holden museum for a few days down there. Whereas most of the ones that we see up here are just, pretty random people just going to get a photo in front of the Holden sign or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty close to finding a picture here of the panel van.
Marf's first Holden was a TX Gemini. Bought it for $300 and full of bog.
The TX Gemini.
Matty Crick had an EK sedan 1863 on the floor with chromies. Mad Dad, the first HQ, gained second gear every time. Crazy VN still remembers his dad always owning HD Holdens. Fex Death, good evening. How you going? Welcome. You found your picture?
I'm closer. You've got to just keep
going. I'm waiting for more chat.
Oh, okay.
Anything else?
We had a VN Commodore. You
Paulie had a
Crazy VN.
VX SS. Paulie had a VX. Dave Ray, how you going?
G'day, Dave. He's
Welcome in.
got his HQ these days. Has he got an early Holden memory?
Maybe he does. We'll have to wait 30 seconds for it to catch up.
Well, you just I'm really close. I'm nearly there. There's a bit of anticipation for this. It's not actually that good now that I've built up so much anticipation. It might be disappointing. That was not how to do it. All right.
Johnny Skid Picks first car was a HX Ute 186, 6-cylinder, 4-speed, drove that bad boy on the beach at Inskip Point to prove a point that you don't need a 4-wheel drive to drive on the hard stuff.
That's
There you
cool.
go. Kaz says, and then Mars and I counted how many cars I've had since getting my license 28 years ago. 17, and all Holdens.
Oh,
Only
wow.
one damaged, which was not my fault. There you go.
There you go. Does that work?
Mm-hmm.
That was the best one I could find.
There you go.
Can't I don't know if
Mal's
you can see that real well.
first new car ever was a VN. It was terrible.
It wasn't new, the VN that we had,
Mal's
but it was
was,
fairly close to.
Was it terrible?
Well, no, it was. We didn't have any problems with it that I remember.
Roy's 161 HK Belmont was his teen years. Dave Ray's first car was a HQ Coupe 6-cylinder Rust Bucket.
Now he's got a nice V8.
Shane Kane's first car was an LJ GTR.
Oh, that's all right.
There you go, done well. Mal had a VR SS as a second new car. He wants that one back.
All right,
Fex Death still owns his second car, VP Como. There you go.
there's the old PV. There you go.
Dang Dang's first Como was a VK with 202 that he paid $500 for. His mate's HQ with a 186 creamed it. And Yen IS says, my first lady was a VK with red 202 fuel injected. And
Red
Fex
202 in the VK.
Fex
They come
Death's-
out with a black 202, I think, didn't they?
Fex Death's first car was an R31 Skyline Silhouette. There you go.
You're happier with that.
Yeah.
That put a smile on your face. There you go. All right, next slide. What do we got?
No prep.
Junga Bunga. Junga Bunga's Cash Days. That's on this weekend in 2 days' time. Not tomorrow, the next day.
Is this some sort of like thing? Just you put it in there again because you didn't prep for the stories. It's
Yeah, it's no prep.
no prep for the stories this week. So you just
It
put
is.
this in.
It's the no prep week.
This is how you like making the show a
No
little
prep
bit longer.
cash days. Oh, it was. I was busy. I actually had to work a bit later tonight. I didn't get quite finished because I've got tomorrow off. I had to try and get some stuff done. Otherwise, I would have had to go back and work something in the morning because I wouldn't have been capable of doing it later. So I wanted to try and get as much finished as I could. So it did put me a little bit behind. So we're just going to talk about no prep. all
Matty
night.
Crick says blue 202, Dave.
Blue 202. I had one with a black 202.
Mad Dad says XU1 Tirana used to play cat and mouse with the cops. Scotty Sherrington says first was TA Tirana, second a VC Commodore, third VK Calais, fourth Gemini, fifth Gemini, sixth Gemini, seventh VH SLX, eighth SV90 Statesman. And that's just the registered ones.
Wow, all the Geminis. Sally would like to get a Gemini. The price has skyrocketed on Geminis. They are through the roof at the moment. I saw someone advertise, and now I think he was just taking the piss because he was advertising a very clapped out one for $15,000, and it did not look very good. And I'm just like, what?
Fex Des says my Skyline had an RB30 in it too. I'm actually in the future going to be looking for one potentially for that motor specifically.
You just want
Specifically parts of that motor. One big piece of it.
just the block.
Yeah.
There you go. So we got the Ford. There you go. There's a new slide. We've got a new story.
This isn't
we
another
talked
one, is it?
No,
This
this
is
is
the one from last
this is the recap from last week because we talked about this being on the market and being of a finer quality than the one that we saw come out of the chicken coop. But I guess the one out of the chicken coop also was a one of two of that colour. I'm not sure if this was as rare in that colour. I can't say I know.
No, I'm not 100% sure on that.
But we did bring this up. We said this was going to market. It looked like it was worth good dollars.
Mm-hmm.
We thought we'd see where it'd go. Throw it in there if you want to have a guess at where you
Where it
think
ended up.
where it ended up.
Mal said Nissan Cubes prices are down. Sally would love it.
Yes. Yeah, it's much better than a
Mum
Gemini.
said in
We'll
the
just get one of those.
Mum said in the chat wants a Gemini or a Datsun.
Or a Nissan Cube. Sorry. That's a joke.
Matty
for a
Crick
long
says
time.
Nissan Cube, fridge on wheels.
Every time I send a one-off marketplace, I get sworn at. So it's pretty funny. But yeah, so throw up there if you want to have a guess at the price at what this one went for. The chicken coop went for what, $300,990.
Yeah.
I think is it?
Yeah, something like that. It doesn't tell me.
I think it was $300,990, somewhere around there. Or 909, something like that. That was what the chicken coop one went for. This one went up for auction last week. What do you think it might have went for? Is there any information about the car there, Tyler, that you want to mention?
I'll just say, g'day, no more racing first.
G'day,
How you
mate.
going? Well, it's an RPO 83, as we know, that we've been talking about recently in the past 3 weeks now, maybe even more, longer than that.
Right.
This is done in Wild Violet, and it was had 91,000 miles on the odometer. Only 11 were produced in this colour, and the vehicle has had 5 owners in its lifetime.
So where's that?
No
that
guesses
price?
in the chat yet.
Well, we're just going to have to go with it. But you can say what it went. It didn't go for as much.
No, it only sold for $235,000.
Mm.
But incurred a buyer's premium of 7.5%, bringing it up to $250,000.
Yeah. Well, the other... Oh, I don't know if the other one included the buyer's premium or not. They didn't mention that.
No.
So, but are they just mentioning it now just to make this one sound a bit like it was a bit more, try and get the value up a bit for the next one that they bring in, mainly. But I guess, yeah, it's 250,000. That's where we ended up after the record numbers from the other one.
Yeah.
So we'll, I don't know.
Dave Bonello says 280.
Wasn't far off.
Pretty close.
Wasn't far off. So, yeah, 250. So, or 235 before the
Dang
premium.
Dang says, damn, that's only 130,000 over my guess.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know. It's not probably my sort of car. I'm not big on that model personally, but yeah, I don't know. Was the other one was a coupe though, right?
Yeah.
This is a 4-door. It was probably we didn't really look at that last week.
No, we didn't.
The fact that it's a 4-door, I think that puts the price down a bit, right?
Probably, yeah.
Versus the 2-door. To me, it definitely does.
Potentially, you're interested in the next car though.
Potentially, you could be correct. But we don't have another car. It is no prep.
Oh.
Jungabunga's cash days this weekend.
You really didn't prep for any of this, did you?
No prep. Part of no prep. It is Jungabunga, September 5th.
Zig says
sure to
he worked
tune in.
on Peter Werrett's old XB GT sedan back in the early 80s. The new owner wanted to make sure it went fast enough to outrun the cops.
There you go. But how fast were the cops in those days? Not that fast, were they? Surely. All right. There's a barn find. Now,
Did he buy some barn dust off of Chris?
maybe. No, that's a barn find. There you go. GTR XC1.
1973 Holden Tirana GTR.
There you go.
It was traded in at a country Ford dealership in 1985, where it has sat ever since.
It doesn't say it's an XC1, sorry. It is just a GDR. But
Was traded
LJ
in.
GDR.
Traded in at the Ford dealership in West Wyalong, a country town in central New South Wales, where it has sat in a corner since 1985. With limited space on the dealership lot and no interested buyers at the time, the Tirana was parked in the back of a shed and forgotten.
I'm surprised that they had no interested buyers over that. Maybe they just priced it wrong. I don't know. It's hard to think that there was no interested buyers because they've always been popular.
Well, auctioneers Burns & Co. report the vehicle has matching numbers, which is good, and believe that the 86,000 kilometres shown on the odometer is the original mileage. While the body and chassis have not undergone a thorough inspection, the warm, dry climate of West Wyalong is suited to the preservation of storing vehicles. This old Holden Tirana is among a growing list of classic car barn finds in Australia, attracting collectors and restorers of iconic vehicles from the 60s and 70s.
There are a lot of barn finds actually happening at the moment. We've
Mhm.
been talking about them for quite some time on here. Before Chicken Coop, right?
Yeah.
We've talked about others.
G'day, Rat Fink. How
but-
you going?
G'day, mate. But since Chicken Coop, we've probably had something each week.
Yes.
Yeah.
much, yeah.
But we have always mentioned a few.
Mhm.
But I noticed Rusty and Paul, the dude, they've been getting out and visiting some of them. So they went and saw there was a Holden Coupe the other day. But we'll wait and see whether they go visit this one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there is plenty around. I think I've got a shot of the.
Mal says, F barn
Interior.
finds, I just want the barn.
I want plenty to store
Zig
in a
says,
barn.
Zig says, did you see the latest classic restos? That's where the Holdens are.
No. We're gonna have a look now.
Mm.
Should have to suss that out.
The GTR was developed as the sports version of the Tirana range, and though not as hot as the race-bred XU1 variant, the 73 Tirana GTR was fitted with a 3.3-litre inline-six, producing 101 kilowatts. Yeah, that's quick, eh? 101.
It is for them.
Yeah, of course. Coupled with the Aussie-built M21 4-speed manual gearbox, the dirt-covered VIN plate showing LJ82911 as the model name confirms that this is a genuine GTR.
Look, an LCLJ two-door are all fetching good money regardless. And they're quite hard to come by now.
The pristine Tirana GTR models have been known to sell for as much as $100,000, which is a pretty big distance from the $900 that was paid for this model in the mid-'80s.
It is, but I think it'll go for. I don't know about this particular one, but I certainly think they're fetching more than $100,000 these days. But if they're in good nick, but it's just the market's gone up like dramatically in the last 6 months.
These are auctions on Burns & Co. There's also going to be a low-mileage Fords from the local dealership, which include a 1961 Fairlane tank sedan, a 2005 Falcon XR8 Devil R with 4,000 kilometres, and a 2016 Falcon FGX XR6 Ute with a mere 98 kilometres on the clock.
I see good money going for four-door LCLJs these days, and they never used to be, but now because people can't get the two doors, and they're throwing money at the four doors. Well, I'll be interested to see where that one ends up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely interested to see where that one ends up. Let us know if you see where it finishes. When's it go to auction?
Saturday the 3rd and Sunday the 4th of October.
Oh, that's a while away. We won't be reporting on that one next week. I'll have forgotten about it by then. All right, we got any more comments?
We do have a couple of comments. Dang Dang says the Chicken Coop was on the Donut podcast this week.
Aha.
Matty Crick says, anyone remember the Commodore kid used to burn off cops for fun back in the 80s?
No, I don't. Yeah, I have been sheltered.
David Diamato, g'day.
G'day,
Dave
mate.
with the blown escort.
Oh, yeah, g'day. G'day, mate. Haven't seen you for a while. Mate, hope you're doing well. Want to guess what the next slide is? Junga Bunga's No Prep Cash Days this Saturday, live on Overtaking Lane.
That wouldn't have been my guess.
Well,
If you had been the quizmaster, you would have played this one.
I'm not, so I need like some cool music. Junga Bunga's No Prep Cash Days this weekend on Overtaking Lane, coming to you streaming live. Ton of gravel on that No Prep track. All right. There you go. There's another slide. I don't even know what this one is. What is this one? I don't know that one. I don't even think that slides in the stories. That's last week.
Is it?
Yeah, what sort of prep was that? That was one of the stories from last week.
This one?
It was, wasn't it?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't remember seeing.
oh no, that's right. Okay, no, that was about the it was about the LA Auto Show. So the LA Auto Show this year has it has changed. They're going to be running with no people there, and this is not what do you look surprised? They're not going to have people at the show this year. So the 2020, they're not going to have cars there as well. The 2020 Los Angeles Motor Show won't have cars, won't have people, it won't have a venue.
The 2020 LA Motor Show is happening in May 2021.
Well, that's pretty much what I said. The 2020 show is not going to have any cars or people or a venue.
Yeah, no, the 2020 show is still happening. It's just
that's
happening in 2021.
Well, that's the 2021 show.
No. They're postponing the 2020 show to 2021.
Well, when's the 2021 show happening?
2021? At the moment? Maybe it's later in 2021. 2 in a year.
Well, maybe, but I bet it's not. Because they'll be struggling to get any manufacturers there. Auto shows are struggling.
Wedged this one here. They've wedged this one here between the New York show in April and the North American International Auto Show in Detroit in June. They've wedged it right in between in May, so it's pretty full on couple of months, few months. Yeah, more than a couple. Pretty full on few months there with auto shows in the US. It's a bit of a traffic jam of them.
It'll be interesting to see who attends them and what car makers they can get to go to certain auto shows, because there's big ones that are pulling out, like of big events. You know,
Lamborghini.
Yes, that's where I was going. Lamborghini, like they, not going to go to a Geneva or Tokyo and things like that. Like big shows, and they're just saying, it's like we spend a lot of money to do it. We don't really get that much in sales from it. And that's not to do with COVID, right?
No, that's just to do with the growing cost of shipping cars around the world.
And the fact that they do extravagant setups at these shows too. It's like you've got to continue to keep getting better and better, right? And then I guess they get to a point where you've either got to pull out altogether or you continue to get better. You can't tame it back and just go, oh, we're just going to do like a little setup and put some, we're going to have some party poppers and some streamers with our Park 2 Lambos there. And then you got Ferrari with their massive big setup and 3-story building built inside a pavilion. Like, am I right? They've got to continue or not be there at all.
Yeah.
So that's the point it gets to.
Zig says, I raced a mate and raced him in my HT to the end of the street, and he was in a Highway Patrol SLR 500. I shook his hand at the end, and he left beaten by half a car.
Oh, SLR 5000?
I'm assuming that's what he meant. Just left a 0 off there. Kaz says, we're planning a road trip to Queensland in April next year if all the COVID is over. There you go.
What's happening in April? There's Rocky Nats. Rocky Nats is April. There you go.
Zig says, by the way, you can't do that nowadays. Things have changed just a little.
That's true. That is true. You can go over to Zig's channel and have a look at one of the pursuit cars he was working on this week. So, don't know if you saw that.
I checked it out after Zig replied to your comment. I noticed.
Yeah. So I went and watched it on Overtaking Lane page. Because, if I comment, I sort of got to log in and watch him on that page, because I guess people in here will know who Dave is, but yeah. Trying to comment as Overtaking Lane, not as me. Does that make sense? Yeah. But yeah, I was checking that in there. Anything else on the motor show? That's all I got, really. I don't know.
That's pretty much it. I'm ready for the next story.
Okay. What do we got next? What do we have next? There you go. Tell us about this one. What is it?
I just heard weird noises for a second there. It sounded like someone was talking, going, boom, 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 boom.
No, it's that motorbike that just went roaring past. He was just fanging it up the street.
Through the headphones, it sounded like someone going. Bow, bow, bow.
That was him. Up the street. What do we got going on here, mate? What is it? Give us a big story. Give us a big news reader shout out for this one. Is this a dramatic one? Is this like a movie trailer? Hey, what do we got?
We've got the no prep cash days coming at you on Saturday. Probably should get my days right. It's coming at you on Saturday, live on Overtaking Lane. YouTube.com/Overtaking Lane. Where you are right now, it'll be live, but not on this exact video.
Coming
So
to
don't
a
click back to
screen
this
near
one.
you this spring. The massive box office event
Is it
of
spring already?
It is, isn't it?
I think so. I don't know.
September?
I don't remember anything.
Are we in? We
are.
It is September. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It's like 3 days into spring, mate. There you go.
G'day, Chris Young.
Where can we see No Prep Cash Days Junker Bungers from Warwick? Because obviously there's no spectators. How am I going to watch it?
YouTube.com/Overtaking Lane.
Ah, yeah, that's right. I forgot that. Don't forget your driver's license. There's your next story.
New South Wales driver license tolling data publicly accessed on an Amazon server.
So tell
New
us,
South
what's
Wales
this mean,
government.
Mr. IT?
The New South Wales government has blamed a commercial business for the accidental leaking of licenses that were kept on a publicly accessible server. The Department for Transport and Cybersecurity in Australia's biggest state are investigating how tens of thousands of people had images of their driver's license leaked online and have so far blamed a private company for the breach. A cache of more than 108,000 images showing the front and backs of New South Wales driver's license was freely available on an Amazon cloud server, according to the Ukrainian security consulate that stumbled upon them. He told the APC the licenses and tolling notices that were on the server represented a dangerous exposure.
So that's a picture of one of them there. That's Mr. Black from Black Street, Blacktown.
These were
Is that right?
No. These were on a misconfigured S3 bucket, which is something that we use quite often for work. Not misconfigured ones. We use well-configured ones that are secure.
What? I don't know. What's
An S3 bucket is like your little file storage on your computer, but in the world, in the internet.
in the cloud?
Yeah.
In the cloud?
Yeah, it's up there. If you look
In
at
the-
it, it's
in-
floating past.
It's in the W's.
Yes.
Okay. It's an S3 bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like
It's a storage thing.
does sound like it could be a car model.
The S3 bucket, the Ford S3 bucket. I think.
Yes. No.
That came before the T bucket.
Yes.
And then before the S3 bucket, they had the R2 bucket.
And so you use an S3 bucket to store data, like
Mm-hmm.
a database, as in
Not necessarily a
People's
database. It's more
licenses?
like you can use it as a database, but it's not your generic database.
right.
But if they're
What would you use it for? What are you currently using it for? Can you give an example? What's
use
the
it
last
for
thing you've
storing
used?
pictures.
Okay. For a client.
Yep.
Okay. But they're not, those pictures aren't on their website, or they are?
They are, but they're not publicly accessible. We access them using a secure key
Ah,
we create.
right. So if you've got some special photos that you don't want publicly accessible, Tyler can help you put them on the cloud. Is that right?
You can just store them in your drive.
So
and
you
that's
want-
not
you-
publicly accessible. Like Drive.
No, I could give out, if I give out your email now, everyone can just email you pictures that they don't want publicly accessible.
No, preferably not.
Okay.
I'm worried about what I might receive.
Yeah, sorry, that made me laugh. All right. Look, that sucks. You probably don't want all your data going out there just because you've
No,
got a
definitely not.
driver's license. Like you,
G'day, Grind Gears. How we
at
going?
what point you would think that was always safe, wouldn't you? G'day, Maybo.
Yeah, you would. You definitely think that your driver's license of all things would be nice and secure.
So Maybo or Jack, whoever.
Paulie
whoever's
says
there.
yes because nudes stored in the cloud are totally safe.
They are if Tyler sets them up in his special S3 bucket. Oh. You better take
Paulie
over.
said so he can store them for me.
There you go. All right. What do we got? Another story?
Yes. Oh, it's not what I expected.
Is there a theme?
Pop some champagne, sit down on your couch, on the TV. Is the Junga Broncos No Prep Cash Days this Saturday. I'll get it right this time, this Saturday.
Be there.
Hang on, can you do that again? Do it again.
Be there. It's all happening. It is all happening. How we going? We need another story?
Yes.
I didn't bring any. I was no prepping.
What's next?
Well, no prep. Oh, there you go. Woo!
40 kilometres an hour is what some
That'll be me. That'll be me on my first trip down the getting off the line.
Speak.
Some
Spidney. I'm going to say some Spidney.
Bloody Sydney. What else are they doing? They're giving away your license details and then they're going to put down the speed limit.
Some Sydney speed limits could be dropped to 40 kilometres an hour or even 10 kilometres an hour. Do you want to drive 10?
10 is really not. Well, I guess it is a drivable speed, but you go to some car parks, right, and they'll have like 15k an hour speed, and you're doing 20, and you're going slow, right? Like you're not running anyone over at 20. You're already going slow, and the speed limit's 15 in that car park, and you think, oh, geez, I'm already speeding. But 10.
Yeah. That's just over double the average walking speed of a human. Only just, though. Only just over double the average walking speed of a human.
10. Where would they put a 10 kilometre an hour speed limit? Do they even tell us? Are they telling us?
I'm not sure. I'm scrolling through now.
I don't know. I didn't read the story. I was no prepping. Oh, I know why I can't find it. I'm still reading the license story. Wondering why it wasn't making any sense. What are they talking about? Caches. Cache. Was it? Cache?
Cache.
Cache. Cache. You usually correct me on that. I get that wrong about once a week, don't I?
Yeah.
I think I'd learn. So they are going to reduce some areas to 10 kilometres an hour in high pedestrian zones or pedestrian motorist zones.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be
Rocks, George Street, places like that, Dave.
Particularly in around the city. Yeah, look, you're never probably going that quick down there anyway. I've got to admit, I haven't actually. I've actually never driven myself through the inner city. I've been in the Ubers a few times through there and walked through there lots, but I don't think those cars are going very quick anyway. There's usually a fair bit of traffic. So, but I don't know about 10 kilometres. Unless you're driving up the mall at Martin Place. Well, that 10 kilometres driving through the mall, I could understand that because you shouldn't be because you're not meant to drive through there. But I don't know. 10Ks just seems extremely slow to me.
It does.
I think they're going too far.
There are small sections of the CBD that have a 10 kilometre an hour speed limit, saying that there are some instances where this is necessary.
Really? Oh, look, I'm no
some
expert
areas,
other than I like to drive a car and I do not like to drive it at 10 kilometres an hour.
There is some areas where if you do have built up pedestrian areas, people crossing from some shopping mall to another, there may well be a valid argument for it, he said. We are not against that. What we are saying is let's be consistent with how we look at these speed limits and let's apply the most sensible approach. We have to save lives. We have to keep people safe. We also need to make sure we're getting goods and services delivered safely and efficiently and as effectively as possible.
Mm-hmm. So what would be the most suitable and common solution? Is just make everything 30. Instead of making some areas 40 and some 10.
No, it's more consistent then, right?
That's consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere's 30. I don't know.
Mad Dad says need a coffee machine fitted to the car for the weekend.
Yes. That's true. Sal could make coffees while we're out there for everyone.
Chris Young says loads of 20 mile per hour zones in UK. All car parks and school/college grounds are 5 mile an hour in the UK.
5 mile an hour. So that's like 6. How many kilometres? I don't know.
Well, that's only 1 mile per hour faster than the average walking speed of a human.
Mm. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I'm on the fence on that. I don't want to drive at 10k. Don't. You could imagine you get done at doing 40 kilometres an hour and you lose your license because you were 30 k's over the speed limit, and you're like, I was only doing 40.
Well, you get a fine at 11 k's an hour.
They'll be like putting your car on a tow truck and taking your license off you. Hey? For doing 40. I don't know about that. How many people are getting run over in the city?
I don't know. Apparently it was a lot.
Really?
Apparently they've seen I don't know how many there is, but they've seen a 46% decrease in pedestrian casualties. Was their word in the story, I think it was.
But they haven't made the speed limit yet, have they? Or have
They've changed some to...
Oh.
So since the 40 kilometre an hour zone was introduced in parts of the
40's okay.
Sydney CBD in 2014, there has been a 46% reduction in pedestrian serious casualty crashes.
Well, that's good. And I see 40k in a build-up area like the city. That makes sense, yeah.
Paulie says just skid it with the brakes on 10 kilometres an hour or close enough. He said a lot of people get hit in the city, that's for sure.
Yeah, but fatally? Well, they say serious. That's
serious casualty.
Serious casualty.
Marv says QPS be like with 10 kilometre an hour speed limits. Every K over is a killer.
Yes. 30 killers. They could do a high-speed chase down through there at 13 kilometres an hour. We're going to call it off. It's unsafe.
We're going 20. We're losing him.
It's double the speed limit. This guy is a maniac. Oh, there you go. Well done, Sydney. Well done. You win the interwebs this week. What else we got, mate? What else we got?
I don't know. You're telling me. Jungle Bungers, no prep cash days.
They're back. I don't know if that won't work.
It's time for another Jungle Bungers No Prep Cash Days. We're back for another weekend, Saturday, live on Overtaking Lane, right here on the channel. You'll be able to find it all day. Only breaks will be the ones that are in the racing themselves.
There you go. At the end of the track. Those breaks. They'll be using them.
Different spelling of breaks.
Oh. There you go. Well, there's another story.
But when we announced it, everyone in the chat was like, "Oops, wrong one." Oh. That one.
You're all over these sound effects this week, aren't you? Yes. Eco boost. Anyway, we have
Eco boost.
We have talked a lot in weeks and weeks about the 2020 Corvette, right? Have we?
The 2020
I'm on the wrong story.
Chevrolet Corvette.
Well, no. That's not what we've been talking about. We've been talking about the 2021 here in Australia, which is probably not going to be released until 2021.
And they're already releasing the new model.
And now they're talking about releasing the 2022 new model. We still haven't got our 2020 model yet. Come on. Whoever it is, GMSV or who's bringing it to us?
This is the boys over at General Motors. They're releasing a new Corvette, talking about it. We're releasing one in right-hand drive. We're going to drop it over to those boys in Australia, specifically Overtaking Lane.
They're going to bring us one. That sounds good.
They're just on the phone to Dave right now. Hey Dave, how you doing?
Hello? Hello?
We're just talking to you about when you're going to take delivery of your new Chevrolet Corvette.
Is this Dale?
No, this is Bobby. Bobby from General Motors.
Bobby from General Motors. Oh, it's good to see you. Oh, I can't see you. It's good to hear from you, Bobby. My phone. Hang on. I can't hear you. I just turn the volume up. Try to turn this up a bit.
Yeah, I work in a department inside of GM.
That's better.
I work in a department inside of GM.
Oh, yes.
I work specifically with brooms and mops. This is a prank call. I got you.
Oh, good on you, Bobby. Good on you. So, 2022. How many cordials you had tonight, mate? I can't stop laughing now. Oh, good on you. What is happening with the 2022? They're not bloody well sending it to me. I just got pranked. Damn that Bobby. I thought that was serious too. He had me going for a minute. Thought it was really him. Obviously I thought it was him. It's hard to get excited for the 2022 model when we haven't got the 2020 model.
Yeah, it really is. Well, are you ready though? The Chevrolet Z06 will have a naturally aspirated 5.5 litre flat plane twin cam V8 that spins to 9,000 RPM. That's getting up into that VTEC Honda level right there.
And actually it is. That does rev high. They reckon 625 horsepower.
Good question.
No, well that's what it's saying.
It's naturally aspirated and redlines at $9,000. Yeah, if you want to compare it to some others, a Lamborghini Huracan Evo's 10-cylinder engine spins to 8,500 RPM. The Lamborghini Aventador SVJ V12 only hits 8,700 RPM. The Ferrari 812 Superfast, it says 9,000 RPM on the tack, but everyone knows that it's a superlative V12 is only good for 8,900 revs. Does Paulie know that? Probably. He's the Ferrari man in the chat.
L98
red
says 9 hit 6.5.
Says 9,000 RPM. Hello, Rodney.
So true.
Only the Porsche 911 GT3 RS Speedster's 4-litre chunk of rear-mounted perfection spins all the way up to 9,000 RPM.
Just going back to a couple of comments. We missed a few comments. Sorry, guys. I did see one that, said hang up, Dave. Prank call. he knew. He called it. He knew I was getting done. That was funny. We did miss a heap of comments. Sorry. I don't know how far back it was that we stopped reading. There was some talk of BMX Bandits. BMX and Bandit. Wasn't it BMX Bandits? Are we talking movies here? Just other movies that Tyler has never seen? Have you even heard of that one?
No. Have you?
Yes. It was Nicole Kidman was in BMX Bandits.
Marv says only getting into a road is power band there.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. They like to squeal.
So yes, as you said, 650 horsepower, 650 pound-foot of torque was from the old from the old Z06 supercharged 6.2 litre.
Yeah. Are you getting excited for it?
It's hard to get excited for it without the first one.
It is, right?
Yeah.
What about turbos?
Control F. Turbo. What about those two turbochargers we thought we knew about? Well, turns out we were right, just about the wrong car. Like Chevy has done for the past 2 generations, there will be a high horsepower ZR1 version of the C8. That car will get 2 turbochargers piped into its 5.5 litre engine, along with all the accompanying cooling hardware. We think 800 horsepower seems about right from this version of the twin cam engine.
Not bad, not bad. Talk about Do It for Dale. You can get over and have a look at Cletus and see him driving the current current model.
There will also be a gasoline-electric hybrid variant that uses a twin-turbo V8 and at least one electric motor to produce a total system output
So I bet it's faster than all the
of
others.
1,000 horsepower
Yeah.
or more.
Yeah. Hybrid. I think I've got a story about that at some point. Hybrids.
Do you?
Yep. Would have been a great segue, wouldn't it?
It would have.
Yeah, I don't have it.
What is the segue? What are we segueing to? Gotta go, boys. Grinding gears is off. Cheers for tuning in.
See you, mate. See ya. Thank you. The segue is over to where are we going this weekend?
Jungle Bungers. No prep catch days. Number
Woo!
2.
Be there. There you go. And we put in some Nissans for you, mate.
Did you?
Well, Marv sent us the story.
Give me some Nissans.
Bought you some Nissans. Well, Marv
You bought me a Nissan.
Marv sent you a Nissan.
What one did you buy me?
Marv sent you one.
Oh, he sent me. Did he send me this one?
Well, it's delayed. But he said it's in the post. He's like, it's all good. It'll turn up. It's just a delay.
Oh, it's just delayed till 2023.
Just like everything else in the post these days.
Shane Kane says Cletus has just sold his Blue Rocket.
Oh, did he? How did I not see that? Is that? I've been keeping up with the Cletus vid. He just sold it. He just put the changed the axles up. I saw that. He was going to drag it.
He sold his C7.
Oh, the old one. No, the blue one.
Pistol says Cletus has sold his C7 already.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's. I'll have to catch up now. We'll see what's going on there. What is he doing?
Scott Sherrington says, Dave, no, Marv suggested cops would be on BMXs with a 10 km/h speed limit, hence the BMX and the Bandit.
Okay. Now I'm tracking. But it was good just to have a reference to another movie that Tyler had not seen or heard of.
Mad Dad says, brought Tyler missing Nissan. It
is a missing
Pistol
Nissan.
says C8, sorry.
C8. Yeah, there you go. C8. Yeah, the blue one.
True.
Yeah.
There you go. That was fast.
Well, probably wasn't fast enough.
Probably.
That's why he sold it.
Yeah, the Nissan
That's not what you're getting
400Z has been delayed to 2023.
Well, it just keeps getting delayed.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about this being delayed before, and now it's delayed to 2023. Well, that's you.
This is the man shakes fist into the sky.
Damn you, Nissan. Did I say it right? Nissan? Is that how it's said? You drive a Nissan.
I just call it Nissan.
You drive one of those Nissans. A Nissan boat.
Drift? What do you mean drift?
You have a Nissan boat.
Mal says, Tyler, have you seen The Castle? No.
What? Oh, telling me streaming.
You raised me.
We've got all the movies are here. Like, I've got the massive, biggest movie collection. All you would watch would be Wiggles.
Yeah, see, I was into cars. I just wanted a big red car.
A big red car. Toot toot. I got nothing else on the Nissan. What do you reckon? You got anything else on the Nissan? Are you waiting for it? Are you disappointed?
I'm not waiting for it. I'm not too disappointed at the moment. It does look kind of interesting where they're going with it, but yeah.
What have we talked about in Nissan world in the last week?
We talked to GDR recently. But
The price coming down on the R35.
Yes.
That's what we
And we talked about that on the weekend. That was
Yeah.
me,
Price
on
is
the
coming down. Yes, R35s are coming down. You can
For the
pick
older
them
ones.
up for
The older ones.
80 grand.
Yeah, I think they were on car sales. There's a fair few there for 80 grand at the moment.
I'll pick you up a twin turbo, 3.3 litre.
3.3, 3.8.
3.8, sorry, I'm thinking of the Stinger with 3.3. We had another conversation last night with someone else. The 3.8 in that, the Mang Mang of the GDR world. Yeah, you can pick them up for 80 grand. I don't think that's too bad.
Dang
The
Dang's off.
R33 is heading that way, mate.
Maybe. Give me
Dang. See you, brother.
10 to 15 years, maybe.
Maybe.
Probably won't reach that level. Not for a
The
non-GTR.
R35, well, the reason we were talking about it, the R35 in the last round of roll racing, an R35 GTR won in each of the states of Brisbane, Sydney, and Radelaide. Yep, Radelaide. There was a Nissan R35 GTR won in each of those.
There you go.
So and then there's an R35 in the Brisbane roll racing that's won at least the last 3, I think, if not more.
There you go.
Same one. So no one's been able to beat him yet. There's some close runs. It was a questionable one that a few people thought he was beating him, but on photo finish they ran it again and he won the second time round. But people reckon he did lose the first time, but he won the second time clearly.
There you go.
So hard to beat.
Marv says, I'll make you a deal, Tyler. You watch the castle or I melt your tyres without the 16 weeks.
It's just wrong, isn't it? It's just not Australian. Hey? Jousting sticks. How much does he want for them? You just don't get it, don't you? You're like, what?
No,
What?
I know the one that's like you got to move
You've
this
got
one
the,
and this
you
one.
got that. You know the clip from there because I've made you do that. You
Yeah.
download that a few times. The
And I've
yeah,
seen
gotta-
the Tell Him He's Dreaming one
yeah.
a few times.
He's got to move the bloody. What has he got to move first? The Chimera to get out the
I can't remember.
Tirana and get to the Commodore. I don't know, I can't remember exactly, but something along those lines. You watch it. So much homework. We should give him a movie that he has to watch each week.
Trevor Smith says, lock Tyler in the house till he's finished watching all the cult and classic movies.
He needs to at least just watch one a week. We've got to set him a task. One a week, you've got to watch this. This is your homework. Come back and do a movie review on it each week. So Tyler's movie review. That's a new segment.
That's what Vex says. I think we need to recommend movies for Tyler each week, then quiz him.
Yes, Tyler's movie review segment. I like it. Let's bring that on. What movie are you going to review next week?
I have no idea.
You going to start with Running
even
on
have-
Empty
do
or
we even have
The
time?
Castle?
Do we even have time?
You make time. You're sitting up to 1 o'clock in the morning on days that we've got to get up at 5.
Yeah, I'm working.
You got plenty of... You are not working. You're playing World of Warcraft.
Yeah, playing games, doing editing. You got to find time to do things when I can.
He edits like an hour before the video is ready to go be released.
That's not the case.
He's making
It was
up.
once.
Making it up.
It was one. You're making it up.
I would never do that.
It was the case once, and that was the one time that the video didn't render quickly, didn't process quickly.
And it was
The one time
late.
it didn't process quickly, it was late.
It was late. It would come out at like 9 o'clock at night.
People still watched it.
No, they
Just
it
most
was
of the
riots.
views.
That was
most
when
of
all the riots happened.
Most of the views came the next morning instead.
That was when all the riots happened all around the world that week. Hey, you caused it.
I'm sorry.
Bloody hell.
Marv's
To move
says
the
first movie
Chimera,
for
to
Tyler.
move the Tirana, to get the Commodore out. There you go. Yes.
Marv says first movie for Tyler, Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Oh, I wouldn't have went with that one, but well, you know. The masses have spoken. The masses have spoken. Right, another story. We said we'd do another story, didn't we?
You got this one.
All right, Junga Bunga. Junga Bunga's No Prep Cash Days, number 2, September 5th, 2020, on Overtaking Lane. Be there. There you go. Junga Bungas. Just in case you weren't sure what was happening on Saturday and you were thinking, what am I doing? You're watching that. You were like, oh, no. I've got my grandmother's birthday. It's a special day. We've got to... No. You're watching Junga Bungas. That's it. Get on it. Now, what are you doing now? You've broken it. We're just going to keep going.
We can again. It's not going to work this time.
Oh, you've broken it. No, you have broken it. Oh, no.
What did I do? What have I broken?
I don't know. I was just pressing things. I don't know what it's done. Doesn't work. People on the podcast are like, well, what's going on? We can't see anything. All right, move on. Jungabungas. There's another story for you. So here's one I put in.
Hybrid first for new car sales.
This is the one we talked about before.
Hybrid has been
a segue to hybrid.
Hybrid is first with new car sales. Petrol and diesel both being beaten.
Yes, that's the big news. Is that hybrid is winning the race for selling cars in Australia at the moment. People are opting for hybrid over everything else, and is it because we've got 1,000 horsepower hybrid Corvettes?
No, it's the Toyota RAV4 hybrid. Was a clear winner.
Which is 1,000 horsepower, right? The new 1,000 horsepower Toyota RAV4.
It is not.
Oh. It's hybrid.
Yes.
We got that part right.
It was News Corporation's reigning car of the year. It outsold the Ford Ranger to become Australia's favourite car in August. The historic moment was overshadowed by another bleak month for the industry as Victoria's lockdown led to a 65.9% drop in sales for the state last month.
Yeah, I don't know.
That led to an overall decline of 28.8% in new car sales for the month. Year-to-date, sales are down by 20.4%. But sales were up by more than 126%, and market leader Toyota reported that half its sales were hybrids. Chinese cars also seemed impervious to the downturn, recording a 45% jump in sales over the same month last year. Last month, Australians bought more cars made in China than the US. A huge turnaround for an industry that for more than a century has been dominated by US car brands Ford and General Motors. For the rest of the industry, the news was grim though. Sales of utes and vans had fell by more than a third as business confidence wilted. China's MG3 hatchback is on top of the light car sales. Tony Weber, who is the chief executive of the Federal Chamber of Automotive Industries, said that the industry has moved swiftly to implementing robust COVID-safe protocols to ensure the health and well-being of employers and customers is preserved. However, it is particularly difficult for our members and their Victorian dealer networks under the current Stage 4 restrictions. Steve Wilds dropped us $10. I've got to go. Sorry, guys. I've been enjoying the live stream. I have a job to go to. Good night, everyone in the chat. And Dave Tyler Sally will watch the replay. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thanks,
and,
Steve.
Hopefully you get to join us for some drag racing on the weekend. If you weren't aware, we are going to be at Jungabungas on Saturday. So just putting it in there in case you hadn't seen that. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, so the top 10 brands, I'm assuming for August. I don't know. It doesn't really tell me. Well, this whole story's been about August, but I don't know if they've actually sold that many cars in August. It's pretty impressive if they have. Toyota's Toyota is number one. No surprises there, but the surprise is probably how far ahead they are of everyone else, or the next person down. So Toyota sold 12,449 vehicles, and in number two was Mazda, selling 6,921. Then third, Hyundai, Kia, Mitsubishi, Ford, Volkswagen, Nissan, Subaru, and then dead last is Honda.
That's
dead last for the top 10, that is, not dead last. Dead last is probably Holden, who sold none.
Yeah, that's a doable sales number for a month.
And then the top 10 cars were the Toyota RAV4 selling 4,825 models, and the Ford Ranger, number 2, selling 2,935. Mazda CX-5 following in behind with 1,000 less sales than the Ranger. Then Land Cruiser, Toyota Land Cruiser, Toyota Corolla, Hyundai i30, Mitsubishi Triton, Kia Cerato, Toyota Hilux, and the Mazda CX-3.
Just over 1,000 sales at 1136. There you go. Any comments there to catch up on, mate?
Not too much. Everyone just saying goodnight.
Next story. Saying over to Steve. There you go. Next story. I'll let you do this one. You got this one?
Jungle Bunga's No Prep Cash Day is coming again. This Saturday will be live all day. The only breaks is the breaks that will be in between any racing that is going on.
There you go. Wrong button. There we go. Let's move to the next story. The next
people
story
on the
is about
podcast are going to be like, why do they keep talking about that?
because you should get over and watch us live. You've got an opportunity to come and watch us on YouTube and watch some live drag racing if you're on the podcast.
No, they're going to be like, why do they keep mentioning it? Like, there's going to be some reason why they keep talking about it.
So then
they don't know that they don't see the slide.
Yeah, but then they'll come across and have a look. There you go. Anyway, there's some car brands that they say
are most likely to receive a speeding ticket.
Well, the car brands aren't most likely to receive a speeding ticket, but you might be if you are in those car brands. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, because unfortunately the car brand's not going to take any tickets.
1/5 of drivers of a particular model have received a speeding violation. An insurance agency in the US analysed its database of 2.5 million applicants to see which car owners reported the highest rate of speeding offences and comparing that number to the total number of drivers for each model.
Start guessing. Who is your number one? Start guessing your number one of what make would be the most likely to get a speeding ticket. The guess is on. The counter is ticking down now. Put your comments in. Let us know. If you're really confident, tell us 1, 2, and 3. Who do you think would be 1, 2, and 3? But there is definitely a top 10 list, right? There's all sorts of brands on this top 10 list. You got Volkswagen, Dodges, Hyundais, Infinitis. Infinitis.
Well, we've got one guess so far that's on the money. On the money. Right on the point.
Yep.
It's come from the man himself, Rob JRM. It's on the money. Subaru WRX.
Super Dynamics would know.
Is number one. Number one. They hold a total percentage of speeding offences in this database of 20.49%.
You hoons.
Number 2.
Rob knows because he drives home very quickly every afternoon.
Following in closely behind is the Volkswagen Golf GTI at 17.38%. So someone had a very close guess there. Fex Death had a very close guess with the VW Golf.
There you go.
And then the Subaru Impreza is number 3. So Subaru's in there twice.
Come in again.
Subaru's in there twice in the top 3.
Hey, they get 20% plus 15%. So there's a total of 35% for the Subies so far. There you go. Then the Infiniti, the G37 Infiniti, to be precise, just behind, also 15%, 15.61. Dodge Dart. The Dodge Dart.
Yeah, number 5.
Do you see a lot of those speeding around?
Not in Australia. For sure.
The Dodge Dart.
Punchbowl Customs says GQ Patrol. Rob says, I haven't had a speeding ticket in 13 plus years. Well, Rob's not adding to the list.
There you go. It's not him, not doing the wrong thing. He has track days and puts them on. Watch JRM Auto Garage. Keep a close eye on them on Facebook. You don't want to miss out. Then you got who's next? Number 6. We up to number 6?
The Hyundai Veloster.
Marf's in there.
15.42%. Then the Dodge Challenger, 15.9%. Dodge Ram 2500.
The Dodge Ram.
14.79%. The Dodge Charger, 14.71%. And the Nissan 350Z, 14.65%.
Unfortunately, this is US, obviously, with some of those makes. I'm not sure how that's... How's that, compare in Australia, though? It is... we get our news from Australian sources. This one being from Car Advice.
Yes, as JRM Garage, do you even drive? That's impossible. He does. He drives much faster than I do around Queensland Raceway.
Yes, he's definitely under the minute mark on the Clubman circuit. Very quick. I think he got under the minute mark with a blown head gasket because that's just Subi life. There you go.
Zig hasn't got a fine in 28 years. There you go.
28 years. Jeez, well done, mate. Well done.
Marv says, yay, number 6, proud of my American Hyundai drivers.
That's it. It'll be interesting
Mad
to see
Dad's
that same
off.
data. Thanks, mate. Thank you, Mad Dad.
Thanks, Mad Dad.
It'll be interesting to see that same data on Australian cars.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
How many models of Commodores and Fords is on there?
well, yeah. I guess, yeah, there's a good point. There'll be a lot of Commodores on there. There you go. Anyway, that's an interesting story still. We'll move on.
Marv says, I haven't got a fine in 10 days.
We'll move on.
Rob did not under 1 minute, but has done a 104 with the blown
Wasn't
head
it?
gasket. 104.
104. There you go. He's quick.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely in the lead. There you go. Junga Bunga, no prep, cash day, September 5th, 2020. Just in case you just tuning in, we will be there on Saturday, bringing all the live action. So there you go. You're still there, Matty Loy. Look at the coverage you've got on the show tonight. I'll send you the bill afterwards. It didn't let you know that you've paid for this. So it was a lot of advertising for Junga Bunga's no prep cash days. I'm just making sure that everyone's there to chat to me while I'm doing the live feed. Really.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Anyway, what do we got?
New Mercedes-Benz S-Class has been revealed.
You got one of these on order while you're waiting for your Nissan?
No, I don't actually. Because of the cost, right? The cost of this thing is $200,000 plus to step into the entry level version.
I don't know which version it was, but I don't think it was an S class because it was a demo day that I went to. I don't think it was. What did I say then? I have no idea. I don't think it was an entry level version that I was in. It was an S class that I hopped inside of, and actually took a very short drive of on a test day, Mercedes test day, at Mount Cotton Driving Centre.
Mm-hmm.
And they are just full of bells and whistles. Very, very comfortable.
Now, didn't you get told to just drive it at a wall and just keep driving? Don't let off the
I had like
accelerator?
not a mannequin of sorts. Yeah, it was like a little person at the end, a little cutout of a person, and they get you to get on 60. And this was, the technology's gone a long way then, but it was like pretty out there at that point. They're like, so get to 60, and then whatever you do, do not brake. Do not take your foot off. Do not touch the brake. Just keep going. And then, and they're like encouraging, go, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, just keep going, keep going. And the car just pulls up. Like it detects that there's a pedestrian there, and just pulls up.
Mal says the 67 version is better.
Yes. It's pretty comfy too. I've been in that one
Marv
as well.
says someone rebadged a ZB Commodore with a Mercedes badge.
Looks a bit that way from the outside, but on the inside.
Yeah. So this is the 200,000 plus needed to step into the entry-level version of the S-Class.
That's the inside. I've got a picture of the inside here somewhere. I've just completely lost all my buttons.
Yeah,
there you go.
That is very flash.
Looks a lot like what we're doing with the interior to the HD, doesn't it?
The purists will hate him.
No.
That's like those ads you see.
Is it going to end up something
This
like that?
man has one secret that all the purists hate.
What's it? Maybe that is a picture of the new interior in HJ.
But yes, as I said, the $200,000 plus price tag to step into the entry-level version does show off, though, the future tech that will find its way into mainstream cars eventually. One of the groundbreaking safety features is the E-Active Body Control, which senses a side impact and protects the occupants by raising the car's height in the blink of an eye so that the impact occurs in the strongest areas at the bottom of the car's panels.
That's intense, eh?
Mm.
And that was a big part of the day that I went to, was about the fact that they bring out all the tech in these vehicles, and that then that over the years to come becomes the norm in other vehicles.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they were very big on pointing out that they're the leaders in bringing this sort of stuff in in the safety world, and then and everyone will will then follow suit and start to put it into their cars as well.
They've got back seat airbags that deploy in severe front-on accidents to help shield the passengers in the rear outer seats. But a big part of the S-Class's tech is designed to help prevent accidents. It uses ambient lighting consisting of about 250 individual LED lights to warn the driver with visual cues.
Right.
Mercedes-Benz says that there are up to 5 screens in the vehicle. The center dash is dominated by an enormous tablet-style screen which removes the need for almost all physical buttons and controls. And this is combined with a digital dash with a 3D display. S-Class owners are more often than not chauffeured around town, so the back is kitted out with 3 screens, one behind each front headrest and another in the center armrest. All able to be controlled by Mercedes-Benz voice-activated digital assistant that responds to "Hey Mercedes" and then your command. A driver's heads-up display uses augmented reality to show directions, displaying a turn signal on the road for you to follow. But it isn't all about the tech. There is some proper pampering to be had, including massaging seats with 10 different settings. There's expansive leg and shoulder room for passengers, with the S-Class back seats more like a flying first class than economy.
There you go. Massage seat.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I need now.
It's also got a 30-speaker Burmist sound system that has 4D sounds, which uses 2 exciters in each backrest to reproduce the resonance of music to add another dimension to the sound.
Oh, wow. Well, we couldn't have a night without. What do we have every week? What sort of stories do we have?
Electric.
And we have Junga Bunga's no prep cash days. You're jumping ahead. On Saturday, September 5.
We have electric every week,
Okay,
along with Hyundai's. We've already nailed out the Hyundai story, so we've got electric.
Here's electric. What is happening in the world of...
Marv says, will it work if I say, "Hey, Mercedes, eject this peasant out of my car"?
Something... The table just vibrated. What's going
My
on?
phone. Put it on Do Not Disturb.
It didn't work.
No, I did just say put it on Do Not Disturb.
We're going to go a bit quick, right?
Lucid Air is to become the world's quickest electric sedan. The new EV super sedan smashes Tesla Model S over the quarter mile. Californian electric vehicle startup Lucid Motors is claiming its much hyped Lucid Air sedan can cover the quarter mile sprint in just 9.9 seconds. That makes it the quickest electric production sedan in the world across that distance and undercuts the 10.4 second time set by the fastest Tesla Model S with cheetah stance.
That's quick.
To back up its claim, Lucid released a video of prototype Air clocking that time in a drag race against a Model S at Sonoma Raceway in California. It crosses the line 9.912 at 144 mile per hour.
Damn, that's fast, right?
Mm. The video also shows
car.
the Lucid Air out dragging a Porsche Taycan, but the results of that race aren't shown.
Oh. Okay. 9.9 seconds. I'm impressed.
Let's do a quick cut for those who are in the stream.
Have you got something?
This is from the Lucid YouTube.
Oh.
Hopefully there's no music. Let's mute the music. You won't hear any car sounds anyways.
Zoom, 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 zoom. Is that how they sound?
Mm-hmm.
And I am fast. We have people in the podcast like, what the? What the? That made no sense. But there you go.
Zig's
9
off.
seconds.
Zig says, "I'm out, guys. I got petrol cars to fix tomorrow."
There you go. You're going to miss all the electric stuff. Zig. You're going to. I know you'll be back later to watch the replay for the electric stuff.
Yeah, Lucid Air are looking to break all the records after recently doing the world's best 832 kilometer range and the fastest recharges. So let's wait and see what they break next.
New story. No,
Jongo Bongos.
I'm not even going to say it now, are you?
No prep cash days this Saturday. Be there or be square.
Moving on. There you go.
Tesla employee turned down a $1 million bribe offered by a Russian national to infect Tesla gigafactory with malware.
There you go. $1 million.
There's been some exciting skullduggery going on with Tesla, and I'm not even exaggerating things, just so I could finally use the word skullduggery. This is from Jalopnik.
Well, that wasn't you saying that.
No.
Sorry. There you go. So someone's offered.
The offer came from a
$1 million.
Russian operative of a criminal organization posing as a tourist. The fake tourist was a 27-year-old Igor Igorovich Khrushchev.
Tourist just came in
Rich.
from the airport after poisoning some Russian politician.
Who reached out to a Russian-speaking non-US citizen employee of Tesla in mid-July. Khrushchev had some contact with the Tesla employee back in 2016, according to the FBI's legal complaint describing the incident. He arranged to meet with the employee under the pretense of a visit to California and stated he'd be willing to come to Nevada to visit the Tesla employee. He met with the employee and some of the employee's friends in Lake Tahoe, where Khrushchev generously paid for food and plenty of booze and generally had a good time with the group, though he was reluctant to take any pictures with his new friends. As the FBI's complaint explains, or confidential human source, or as we'd call him, the Tesla employee, CHS-1 noted to agents that during these excursions, Khrushchev expressed a desire not to be in any photos. Yada, yada, yada. This is from the case talking about it. Later, he approached the employee alone and explained that he worked for a group that undertook special projects, and for this special project, he'd need the employee's help. The special project he had in mind was infecting the Tesla Gigafactory computer networks with a custom-developed bit of malware for which they would need the employee to gain access to the network for installation. After initially offering him $500,000, he eventually upped the ante to $1 million, and since I know you're already thinking about it, this one.
You've got it?
Let me just find my area.
Get the warhead, the world $1 million. $1 million.
There you go. He did not take the bribe.
He did not.
He did not take the bribe. That's hence we know about him. All right. If you're looking to get yourself $1 million this weekend, then you should be watching Junga Bungas. No prep cash days.
You probably shouldn't offer that because we don't have it.
No. Well, if you're just looking to get it, then you should watch it. Doesn't mean you will get it. You will get nothing other than the satisfaction of watching some live drag racing, which is in...
It's worth $1 million.
That is worth $1 million. You know, I'm lost for the words I'm after, but in some sort of intrinsic value is worth $1 million.
Marv says Elon would have paid him 10 times that for dobbing him in, since he's worth $110 billion now.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think he'd be too concerned. There you go. All right. There you go. Talking about electric
Japan's
cars.
flying car gets off the ground.
Cars.
Gets off the ground with a person on board.
Yeah, so they've been talking about flying cars for a while. Now they've actually done it, and they've got a flying car with a person in it off the ground, and it is happening. So the future is near. The future is nigh.
Tell me more.
This car, it flies, and it had a person in it, and it flew for 10 minutes. There you go. They can so far fly for just 5 to 10 minutes, but if it can become 30 minutes, it will have more potential. So there you go. That's about all I've got for you.
Thanks.
We're narrowing down on the stories. We are getting close. Two quick stories left before we jump into the quiz for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And just for absolute coolness, everyone. Before we get to that, that's pretty cool.
Saturday.
Yeah, that's cool.
Be there. Be square. It'll be on our channel. Live.
That's cool.
The only breaks
Just
will
look
be
right,
those.
Look right down the barrel
only
of that camera
breaks
there.
will be those in between the racing.
Yes.
I like how you looked at the camera and it wasn't even on you.
I did.
Oh, you did flick to it? No.
Yeah, come on, keep up.
Rat Fink says the Ford Pinto flew.
Oh, well,
Fex Death says there will be $1 million worth of cars at Junga Bunga this Saturday. Be there or be square.
you are on. He's on
Mal
money
says
there.
is the flying car a mirage? Well, did you see it?
Did you see it, or was it just a mirage? The Bollinger's electric van, and they're saying it's hard to get excited, but I am excited about the Bollinger van. No, I'm not. I'm not. It is hard to get excited about.
Okay.
It's just a van.
Is that it?
It's just a van, mate.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's electric.
Next.
And it's a van, and it's going to do deliveries.
Cool. It's called Deliver.
It's going to be worth $125,000 for this unexciting electric delivery van.
It's called Deliver E.
They've thought long and hard about that, haven't they? What are we going to call our delivery e-vehicle? Oh, a delivery. Woo. They were excited. Anyway.
I bet that. They sound a little bit too excited about that.
Settle down. Settle. Shh. Come on, settle. Yeah, that's better.
I bet that was what it was like in the office when they were like, what should we call it? And one guy was like, delivery.
Yes, it went like that. What I am excited about is Junga Bunga's No Prep Cash Days, number 2, September 5th. This is this Saturday. It is this weekend. Get there. You don't have to get there because you can't get there, actually, because there's no spectators unless you're racing. Then you need to get there because we need to film you and we need to bring you out to the audience live. We'll be covering that. Is that getting old for anyone yet? Is that getting old yet? All right, we got another story. The last of the news tonight. Before we do the big quiz, and the big quiz is a big quiz tonight. It is week number 15.
Mm-hmm.
Can Marf hold on? The pressure is on.
It is.
The pressure is massive. Well, I can't believe how much research you put in this week to find a topic that Marf knows nothing about.
Mm-hmm.
Marf, you're in trouble.
This week on Overtaking Lane, the quiz is about road microphones.
And then it relates to cars in what way? The word road. No. Scotty's panicking now because he's like, I don't know nothing about that.
We're talking about sheds.
We're talking about sheds, all about garages. We've got the panic happening. Anyway, what have we got happening here? The next story is about an Aston Martin DB5 Junior. What are you going to me for?
Because I've talked about all the stories until now, and I'm letting you talk about some.
Oh, okay. Tyler, what can you tell us about the Aston Martin DB5? Tyler? Hello? The Aston Martin DB5 Junior, Tyler. What is this thing? Tyler? It looks like a toy, Tyler. It looks like a toy.
Looks like a toy, does it?
It does. There you go. You're on camera.
It's the Little Car Company, a specialist in hand-building junior cars, has partnered with Aston Martin to make a 2/3 scale DB5 a reality.
There you go. Now, we've talked about the Lamborghini
Dave's getting a shed.
go-kart. We've talked about the...
I'm getting a house.
yeah, we've talked about that too. But we've talked about different...
No, Rat Fink says, Tyler, you're getting a wood or steel shed. Or Dave. So I said Dave's getting a shed.
Steel. Definitely steel. Now...
Rat Fink says Dave's banged up.
Always. I don't know. What was this story about again? We've had what?
The toy car.
Who did the watch? Someone did a watch. That was expensive.
Bugatti.
Yeah. Then Lamborghini did a boat.
Yeah. And a go-kart.
And a go-kart.
Mm-hmm.
Someone did a bottle of whiskey.
That was Aston Martin.
Oh, so now you can. Obviously, you can't go drive your real Aston Martin after a bottle of their $65,000 whiskey.
Mm.
But you could probably be trusted in a DB5 Junior.
Putt around your yard.
Yes. A 2/3 scale.
It is capable of 16 to 32 kilometre range.
That could be too fast for Sydney streets.
For extra realism, there is a hydraulic handbrake, which the little car company describes as strictly not necessary. If you immediately want one, you need to expect to be left disappointed. There will only be 1,059 examples of the DB5 Junior built, which is the same number of original DB5s built.
Oh, only 1,059.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to sell out in a hurry.
Existing DB5 owners will be given first preference on a junior car with a matching chassis number.
It's just a way of just getting some more money out of the people that have already.
The cars that will be left, the DB5 Junior wears an absurd sticker price of $63,656.
Well, it's cheaper than a bottle of whiskey.
You can get the Vantage spec that comes in at an even more eye-watering $81,818.
Yeah, I'll get the souped-up version.
So maybe don't show this one to your kids, but I want one. Showed it to me. It's too late.
Yeah, all right.
You're not getting a shed. You're getting a DB5 Junior.
I don't know about that. Anyway.
The quiz.
It must be
quiz time.
It must be quiz time. Is there a slide for that?
The quiz.
Is there? No. Oh, it's not. It's not quiz time.
Oh, it's time for Jungle Bung.
No,
Prep
hang
Cash
on.
Day.
Is Marf and Scott there?
They are.
Do they know?
Hang on, we'll ask him.
What,
Here you go. You can ask
What
him.
was that noise?
We're in the chat.
Hey, Tyler.
You can ask him.
Hey. I don't know if you can
G'day,
see the
boys.
slide, guys, but what do you reckon that it's about? I think you should introduce this slide. Who can introduce this slide that's on the screen right now? What's happening this weekend?
Junga Bungas, no crash cash, no cash prep days.
No cash prep days. All cash. It's all cash.
Yeah, it's no prep cash.
Prep days.
Good job. Good job.
And at one point there.
I thought I need to do it a
Yeah.
few more times just to make it sink in. I'm worried now that not everyone is aware of what's happening on Saturday. But how you guys been? Oh, you there? Hello?
Right now.
Oh, you're back? I lost you for a minute.
Hello?
Yeah, no, I lost you for a minute.
I don't know why. Yeah, no, I just sitting there just like, I'm actually absolutely exhausted right at the moment. Work, crustita, baby, and lack of sleep, and I'm just getting worn down week after week after week, and I'm praying to get to 16.
You see, you sort of want to get to 16, but you sort of want to get taken down as well at the same time.
No, I want to make it to 16, and then that's it.
Well, Scotty's going to try really hard to make sure that you don't get to 16.
He's the only person that's ever consistently scared the living crap out of me. He's not the only one to beat me. I mean, you've had Sally and Zane both kick my butt too. But consistently, every time we play against each other, it is always down to the last question. So I always know that I'm in for a rough ride, that I've got to pack a lunch, pack a dinner, and a dessert, and get ready for this.
Now, have you been doing some study, mate?
I wish.
Did you study? Did you study into
watch? I've done a normal watch, but I didn't really do too much this week. It was just.
What about you, Scott? Have you
stuffed me?
Have you been on the video having a look to see what's going on in the last week?
Yeah. France, Marf. It's all France.
It's all France.
Exactly. It's all France.
No,
man.
Marf.
France, Belgium, Germany.
Marf, did you study? Did you study into specifically the last 10 sheds that Scott's built? The dimensions, what they were made of.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
That may have made it hard. That may have made the questions hard tonight. That was the trial I went
There
for.
was a shed theme in that last video.
There was.
Yeah,
There was. So it's all about, if you looked at the rafters and you had a bit of an idea of how that shed was built, No, I don't. We're just.
Yeah, there's some good trusses and everything, eh? And some nice beams.
I
far
reckon
as I'm
just to
gonna
throw.
go.
I reckon to throw it up
Nah,
though. There was no questions about the video at all this week. What do you reckon, Tyler?
I reckon so.
Oh,
There you go. There you go. Tyler's mixed it up.
No, I'm thankful because I didn't really watch too much of the video this week, so I'm like,
There was
oh,
one
God.
about how much those Fords were.
jeez, I watched it 4 times.
Oh gosh.
There you go.
I didn't really,
Thank
Marv.
God. Thank God. Thank God. No, I seriously only watched it the once this week. I'm like, oh, busy. So yeah, you would have had definitely advantage then.
I think there's a few Holden questions in there, Muff, because Tyler actually went through the questions with me earlier, and I got a few right. So,
Ooh.
most weeks I'd have no
Yeah,
chance.
that's another advantage, Scotty. There.
There's,
he's a-
there's no
he's a
Hyundai
big
questions.
Is there any Hyundai
Oh, never.
questions?
No, there's no
Come
Hyundai
on.
questions.
Nah, well, I'll be all right then.
Yeah.
All right.
Remember France.
Well, guys, are we ready to go, Tyler? Have you got your theme music for the game show? The Quizmaster's in the house. It's all over to you, Tyler, now. You're it.
All right. Marth, your buzzer, please.
Scotty.
Way to confuse me, Marv.
Well, that took ages to come through just then.
Marv.
Yeah.
That actually did take ages to come through. Did it light up on the screen before?
No, it didn't light up at all, actually, no.
What?
Ah.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
Oh, look out.
No.
It was a massive delay.
Oh.
And Scotty, your buzzer.
Oh.
Scotty.
Well, they come through quick.
It did.
Ooh. It's rigged, Marv. It's rigged.
not good.
I'm just stressed Muff out.
Yeah.
Question number 1. Which company hired Holden in 1931? Was it A, Scott?
General Motors.
That's correct, it was. Question number 2. In which decade was the Holden Monaro first produced? Was it A, 1980s? Marv?
You said the Monaro, right?
Yep,
Yeah, 60s.
that is correct.
1-1.
Question number 3. Where was Holden founded as a saddlery in 1856? Scott?
Victoria.
No.
Oh, no, it's South Australia. Oh.
Marv, you want to have a guess?
You got options?
A, New South Wales. B, WA. C, South Australia.
I'm going to say South Australia.
I don't know if you heard Scott, but he gave you the answer.
He didn't hear the answer.
No? What?
He said
Well, I gave you
he
the
guessed
answer.
he
Yep.
guessed Victoria, and then he said, "Oh no,
I swear
shit, it
this
was South
delay is
Australia."
really killing me right now. Oh, shit.
I actually did the exact same thing when Tyler asked me. I said Victoria, and I'm like,
I'm,
oh,
more,
no,
I'm more worried about my
Elizabeth.
internet rather than the questions and answers right now. Oh,
Jeez, how am I going to throw this one, Marv?
Question number 4. When did the Corvette make its debut? Was it A, 19... Marv?
1954.
It was not 1954. Now, Scotty, was it either A, 1953 or B, 1952?
1953.
It was 1953.
Oh, you were close, man.
54 was the first actual year it was out. 53 was the release prototype. Damn
There we
it.
go. 2-2. We're back to even money.
Question number 5. This was the most expensive production Ferrari. Is it A, the F40, B, the Enzo, C, the F50, or D, the 550? Marv?
Enzo.
That is correct. It was the Enzo.
Oh, I thought Marv would know that one. I got that one earlier because I just guessed that it was the one with someone's name in it versus... That was how I got that one right earlier.
I thought it'd be a trick question.
Question number 6. The Chevrolet Corvette was named after A, a boat, B, a truck, C, an island. Marv?
Boat.
It was named after a boat.
It's a
Cool.
class of boat in the Navy.
There you go. You have stretched the lead out. I think I guessed. What did I guess on that one? A truck.
A truck.
Yeah, I got it wrong. You stretched your lead out. It is 4-2.
Question number 5. What
Hey?
year?
Question number what?
Wait, we're 5.
7.
What?
I can't read.
I was like, hang on.
Are we redoing this question again, are we? France.
What year did the Toyota Land Cruiser appear in the US? Was it A, 1956, B, 1968, or C, 1965? Marv?
68.
It was not. Scotty?
65.
65? It was.
Yep.
It was one of the two.
Clawing back. Clawing back.
Question number 8. What was the first year you could purchase the Z06 option on a Corvette? Was it A, 1963, B, 1967? Marv?
63.
Question number 9. The Pontiac Firehawk was modified for GM by what company? A, SLP, B, SVT, or C, TRD?
Marv.
Marv?
If I remember correctly. SVT. No. No, it slipped. Shit.
Oh, no points there. No points. Scott.
Scotty?
SLP.
It was SLP.
Yeah, SVT. Yeah.
What question number was that?
That?
9.
Oh, 5-4. 5-4. Marv just in the lead by 1.
Last question. Question number 10. The final edition 2002 Dodge Viper was offered in what colour combination? A, blue with black stripes. B, red with white stripes. C, blue with white stripes. Scott?
It was blue with white stripes.
It was not. Marv?
What were the other two again?
Blue with black stripes or red with white stripes?
The final edition, I'm pretty sure, was the blue with the black stripes.
Yeah.
Nah, it was red with
Oh.
white stripes.
Oh, it was red with white stripes. There's no points in question number 10, which
But
leaves
hold
the
on.
score
5-4.
at 5-4. that was you are right. It has it is down to the
5-4.
wire each time. 5-4.
And the bonus question.
The bonus question, just be ready on your buzzer. The bonus question, if we had have got to the tiebreaker, this could have been the one to clench it all.
Where are we headed this weekend? Marv.
Jungabunga. I would have got it.
If you had got that
Dragway.
wrong, hey, if you had got that
He was wrong. Warwick Dragway.
Yes.
No, but it ain't been saying we're going to Jungabunga, not the location.
There you go. There you
Alright.
go. Well,
Too true.
you
You
hung
won
on.
anyway.
You hung on, Marv. You hung on.
I, like I said, every time you make me sweat like nothing else. It's like if there was a UFC ranking list, it's like, yeah, okay, I hold the title, but you are there as my number one contender and permanently there.
Good job. Good job.
It's all good.
No, thank you, Scotty. What a match. Oh,
It is. It is all happening now. So Tyler is in the giveaway channel on Discord, creating a new post in there for you to now enter to stop Marv from being able to get the 16 weeks.
And not only is there going to be one person next week, there will be 2. There will be 2 people picked to verse Marv on the quiz.
There you go.
this is Tyler's last stand. And I will say this straight out on my end, okay? So no one else knows this, but next week will be my last stand as well. So it is all or nothing. Either Tyler wins and it'll be my last appearance in the trivia, because after that I will be helping with the questions, or I will make it to 16 weeks and your tires are mine, boy.
There you go. There you go. It is all on the line. Well done. I didn't know how you'd go tonight, Marv. I thought
Well
it was a
done,
tough
Marv.
round. It was a tough round. Scott
I
was very
made
close.
too
Well
many
done,
stupid
Scott.
mistakes as well. SLP, I knew that, and SVT is forward. It was like, I knew as soon as I said it, I'm like, you freaking stupid idiots. So don't worry, there were a few moments like that. I should have closed that out a little bit earlier, but like I said, Scotty, you always put that nerve in me so badly that I always have the fear of death when you face me. I don't have it with anyone else, but you're as good as I am. You know as much as I do. And the fact that you do not have as many wins against me as you do is just more fate and fortunate luck than anything else. It is not from skill, I can tell you that.
There you go.
It's speed. It's speed. It's agility.
Nah, you were speedy on that last question, bro. You had me. You had me.
Yes, it could have evened up. They could have evened up there. Would have left it down to that the bonus round. But there you go. What have we got? A couple of comments. Steve Crazy VN says, "Bloody hell, Scotty, you had one job." Adam Guri says, "Good game. Well done." There's a few people now calling out to see
I did my
the
job.
Hoff wheel.
Oh, yeah,
My
I
job
forgot
was
about
to
that.
throw it, wasn't it, Marv? I expect the payment.
Yeah. I sent it
Yep,
in the
yep.
PayPal or
Send it
the
through. Yeah,
PSP.
look, PayPal's fine. I'll cop the fees.
Yeah, too easy.
They
I
were,
remember Dave saying
Nah.
it with Young Wasp last week, so I thought, yeah, just play it my own way this week.
there you go.
Nah,
There's
that was a straight up battle. Like, it was just,
That
gosh,
was.
I didn't want to have to feel this way. It was like, yep, okay, bribe time, anything, please, be kind to me, Scotty. I knew I was in for an ass whipping. Like I said at the start, pack a lunch, pack a dinner, pack a dessert, and I knew I was in for it. And that was just a roller coaster ride. So,
The Hoff says,
I will
hey,
say
hey,
this. Let's go next week, guys. 2v1.
the Hoff
Stack
says,
the deck. Send everyone those questions.
send us in some questions. But get in there on the quiz. What did Hoff say?
The Hoff says, hey, Marv, you must have a big pillow.
Not really.
The Hoff is here. I was going to say we're doing the Hoff wheel, but the Hoff's not here because
I'm just passing out at the moment.
I'd missed the.
The Hoff hangs around for the wheel.
Yeah, there you go. He is here. I thought, the Hoff's not here tonight. He hasn't made it, but he is here.
Can I make it
Jack
4 in a
Taylor.
row with that?
Yeah, you've got a couple of wins there.
We'll spin it
Catching
now.
up. It's only 10-4, but I'm catching up.
There you go. I just going back in the comments because I had it set on top chat,
we'll
not
spin it.
live chat. So I've missed a heap of them tonight.
We'll spin it here now while you guys are here.
The Hoff wheel. Spin the Hoff wheel.
You haven't brought it up, Tyler.
It'll come up for you guys in a second.
Yeah, you got the 30-second delay for the picture. So you've got the long song too going there. Oh, and there.
Oh, it's close.
The Hoff.
There was, just wait till you see this on the stream. There was literally probably not even a millimeter in this. Not even a millimeter.
It was very, very close. There you go.
Yeah, that blue and red one, I could see it. Oh, that's cruelty.
There you go. Fex says,
it's not right then. Right then. Yep, that was it.
I think Hoff cut the brake lines on that, Marv.
I think you did too, mate.
mate, he knows how to tune a wheel. Look what he got out of the VE. Look at that. That was a pretty impressive number out of the Ute on
Very impressive.
480, 482, something like that. I was pretty happy with that. Good job, Mark. Good job, Hoff. Sorry, I was giving you the credit there, Marf. I see. A couple of people want to know Marf's suggestion for Tyler's movie, and then you got to quiz him on it next week.
first choice is Priscilla, Queen of the Desert for you. Okay, that is the first movie. Then maybe Strictly Ballroom and some Muriel's Wedding.
You're punishing
You're a
him.
cruel man.
I thought we were going to give him like good cult movies. They're not.
Okay. If we're gonna do car movies, all right. We'll do car movies. So obviously, the good old classics like Smokey and the Bandit. I said earlier, the Cannonball Run movies, just so you learn about cars from yesteryear, like the Countach, the Rolls, the Jag, and all cars like that.
It's been a long time since I saw those ones. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good flashback, like they're 80s, early 90s. Gosh, you've got Death Race, of course. I mean, that's a lot of junk cars that have been done up.
Personally, I'm disappointed he hasn't watched Running on Empty. Just feel like I've failed as a father.
I think you have.
You got all the classics with Running on Empty, Bullet, Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yep.
You go all the way
Midnight
from the
Spares.
50s and 60s all the way through to today. You just pick a movie for each decade.
We've got a whole selection there, Tyler. What do you want? What are you going to?
I don't have a DVD player.
We get your mate to hook you up with it on the server.
Tyler,
Mhm.
half of it's on YouTube anyway. You just type the movie title in and it usually comes up.
That's true. I think Midnight Spares is on there. There's one. All right, we got.
Maybe I watch Running on Empty.
Sally says she hasn't watched Priscilla. There you go.
Priscilla's got a mad bus on it. I have to say that old coach is good.
That is
it's something
cool.
from the old 60s.
It's not doing
hopping
any
on as
land
a
speed
kid.
records. Mad Max. Surely you've not gotten through your life as a child in this household
I've
without
seen
watching
Mad
Mad Max.
I've seen Mad Max.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but there's a lot of great selections there, Tyler.
two-lane blacktop. Two-lane blacktop's on the. It's
I
on
know
the
that's
server.
on there.
Yep.
I got that on there for you.
And if you want to have a fear of the road next time you want to drive, watch the movie Jewel. That is a great movie
Yeah.
from the 70s. It involves a Kenworth truck and an old Valiant
yeah.
Pacer. That's all. I'll just leave it at that. You can watch the movie from there.
Did they do a remake of that?
I think they did, but I never watched that. I remember the original, and that one was like full on. I was like, damn.
Well, I suppose we'll make him watch something.
We'll start with Running on Empty.
All right, he's committed to Running on Empty.
There we go.
All right,
awesome.
he's committed. Well done.
This is Dad's laptop, Johnny.
Oh, you want to watch it on the laptop?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's had the DVD drive removed, and I put a fan in it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There you go.
Just
What
go to
about you? What
Office
about you?
Works
Don't
and
have
buy
a
a
disk
portable
drive
one.
on your?
No, I didn't put one in my
think-
computer when I built it.
I've got a portable one
Oh,
here.
Oh, there
Just
you
go
go.
to Office Works and buy a portable one for
We've
like
got.
$70.
I think we've got one sitting in the office that he can borrow. We'll hook him up.
that's it.
He's going
Put
to
it
work
on a
this out.
flash drive.
He'll work it
Yeah,
out.
one USB. That's it. Done.
We'll work it out. Running on Empty is happening. He's got to come up with all the quotes next week from the movie.
I'll try.
All
Watch
right.
it more than once to come up with quotes.
Thank you, Marv. We'll see you again next week, and
Maybe we'll see Scott as well.
Maybe we'll see you, Scott.
Yeah, I'm entered.
You're entered already. There you go.
Well, there's only two people entered at the moment,
honestly,
so
Yeah,
at this,
maybe with
at-
some help I can get you, Marv.
There's
Honestly,
only,
Scotty, I already said this earlier. You plus someone equals a brain dead Muppet. And honestly, my nightmare pairing right now would be you and Sally.
well,
So if those two names are picked, oh my God, I'm just probably going to forfeit.
Paulie's got all the knowledge. He's just got to get the speed on the buzzer.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen with his rebadged Supra.
Who's the second person? You said you've got two entered so far.
the Crazy VN.
There you go, Steve. Steve's in there. So get in there, guys. There's an opportunity. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Scott.
Double digits, guys.
Um,
I want to see double digits.
Yeah, definitely. We should. Maybe we'll just everybody that enters could be in there. That would really put a challenge on.
I'll leave it in your hands.
No. All right.
Yeah,
Thank
I'll
you,
leave it
Muff.
in your hands.
Thank you, Muff.
Until next week, guys.
Hang
See
on,
you
I've
next
just
week.
clicked the entry button.
See you, boys.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Scotty.
Mark.
See you, mate.
Thanks,
Thank
Scotty.
you, guys.
See you, man.
See ya.
Well, there is another week, Tyler. We've got. We could talk about what's on, but there's really only thing that you should be watching what's on, and that is us out at Junga Bungas, checking out what's going on, keeping an eye on our Insta and the Facebook to see if you can get a sneak peek of how I go on Sunday on my first run on the drag strip. I've got to get a run in, get ready. You know, there's got to be a video coming up at some stage of the Skyline versus the Ute.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to go and get some practice in.
Yeah. And then you'll be more practiced in a fast car than I am.
Oh yeah, maybe you might have to drop the Skyline in up to go get fingered by the Hoff as well. There you go. All
I
right.
wanted to get E85 before then, but it's going to be a while before I get that at this stage. So
Yeah, that's true. We've,
might just have to go and get it checked out.
that home
Do a
deposit.
bit of a health check.
You know, unless anyone's got a spare flex fuel sensor that they can send
Some
you away.
fuel lines,
Yeah,
a fuel pump.
fuel lines. We can that's pretty good. The fuel pump should
Probably should be good, but in case.
You got a Nismo, right?
I want one
Nismo?
there in case that one's not enough and we run out of fuel pump.
Yeah.
I need another one that I can just go, yep, drop it in, let's go.
There you go.
Junga
Alright,
Bungas is on this weekend, James.
just in case you're wondering. Anyway, it's that's if you're looking for something else, there's a couple of events on. Not much. There's not much
I'll
in
do
there.
a quick whirl through. There is a car meet and cruise underground at McDonald's Meadowbrook on Saturday at 11 a.m.
Quick cruise.
I don't know what that is. There's All Aussie Father's Day on Sunday at 7 a.m. till 4 p.m. at
Nice at
Lakeside.
Yeah, Lakeside. Laps up there.
All Jap Cars and Coffee at Kitchen 8, 7 a.m. till 9 a.m. Classic Car Show at Carrara's Markets on the Father's Day weekend, 8 a.m. till 3.
I don't think anyone can rock up to that. I think that was invite only. But you can go and have a look.
Okay, there you go. Cars and Coffee in Carrara's Nest, that one, 8 a.m. till 1 p.m.
Not a lot on.
No, not
you
at
might
all.
as well just hang out and
Mm-hmm.
and it's safer. Just hang out at home. Watch us, you know. Actually, someone I know has COVID now. So
Oh, really?
yeah. So I got 4 people
Was
off
it
work.
Dwayne Johnson?
Has he got it? Is he?
Yeah.
I got 4 people off work. They don't want to be off work. Well, they were still working. They're just isolated, and they're normally out on the road, and they're not happy. They want to get back out and do their job, and it's good when you got staff like that that are so keen. They want to be working, and they're upset that you won't let them work. But yeah, it's got a bit close to home. So luckily, nowhere near that myself. So that's good because I'm work from home. And 99% of the time, I don't see anyone until we go out on the weekends.
Yeah.
So luckily, otherwise, yeah, there'd be nothing happening for us. So stay safe, stay home if you can, and see where this crazy world takes us these days. And in the meantime, you can watch us, and we'll bring you some car action.
You can listen to us as well on the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts.
Leave
all
us
the
a
places where you
review
can
on
find
there.
it. And we'll see you in the next one.
Stay in the right lane, guys. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in.
You can call me stupid. Listen, you can call me sheep. You can say I'm lazy. You can say I'm weak. You think that using her would get to me. And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble, D. But when it comes to her,